of Awakened Pixels, the old school video game RPG, TTRPG, as fun to play as it is to say. My name is Thomas. I'm going to be your dungeon game master for the day. And these are my amazing players. Say hello, amazing players. Joined this week, our special guest is none other than Bright Dystopia. Bright, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry that it's going to be a weird episode for you to be on. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive right in to Awakened Pixels. Last time, spoiler alert, in a fantastic escape attempt from the dreaded type game dimension that you found yourselves in, the car that Stoobs was driving smashed into the ground, jostling and hurting everybody within, and unfortunately dealing just enough damage to Rosalind to kill her. Her health bar depleting, her little death animation playing, and her body exploding into pixels. Rosalind, from your point of view, not a whole lot really happened. You were in a car 1 second, you were throwing bombs at helicopters, and then there was this great moment of flying through the air, and then just nothing. And that nothing continues for an amount of time that is kind of hard to determine for your consciousness because it is not really there. What you know and what you experience is not a rebirth or return to life as one might expect, but your summon animation starts playing. The long, very drawn out, graphically stupendous animation of you fluttering in, saying whatever cool line it is you say whenever you are summoned, and sprinkling the surrounding area with your fairy magic. Is there any particular thing that happens during that moment?
I wouldn't say it's like graphically good. It's clip art, like that they just dragged around and then flipped once or twice. Like, they tried to size it down at one point and then it got kind of glitchy, so they just made it big again. And like, it wasn't great. The catchphrase also wasn't great. It was just like they like voiced their kid saying "Pixie Power," and that was like it.
Yes. Well, you find yourself against all manner of control, you are being forced to play out this animation, say the terrible line with the terrible voice clip, and you don't even really see what the target is for you to clear the status effects of, as is the power of your summon ability. But very quickly, you sort of return to your senses, and you find that you are standing in a large courtyard, with a sort of dark black and red sky above you. You can easily tell that this is the Blightlands, and you see that on a stage behind you, there is a massive, very dangerous-looking machine, and standing in front of it are 3 of the Lightsworn heroes and the Vile Lord himself. Festooned in beautiful mirror-like armor, long flowing hair in a breeze that doesn't seem to exist right now. He seems to fold his arms, tap his foot, and look at you to kind of finish your show, and then just claps.
I'm gonna explode him.
When you move to explode him, you feel compelled to speak a line that does not belong to you, unfortunately.
Okay. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets, but enough talk. Have at you! And then there's just this very awkward moment between the two of you of just like, wait.
Why did we say, what just...
My wine. It's all on the floor now.
That's really messy.
Yes, it is. Well, that was odd. Let's speak of this to no one.
Yeah, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Just like shove that away. Just shove that.
Yes. Anyway,
Uh,
you are the fairy who has been a thorn in my side this entire time, gathering up those orbs and fighting and otherwise flipping my lieutenant.
yeah, but I'm a princess now because I found a tiara.
Okay, well, you were dead, in fact. Fortunately, I managed to bring you back, and you feel the sort of mark on your hand, your summon sigil, glowing ever so slightly with magic. And he says, yes, I have to say that the Lightsworn hero that I devoured just now was not as powerful as I was hoping, but they did have the power to access their summons, so that's a fun new thing I can do.
You. Well, I'm actually a little annoyed because I had a really cool plan to get revenge on the Lightsworn heroes, and I was gonna shove rotten fruit in their face for leaving me in a cave, and you just kind of messed that up.
You wanted revenge on the Lightsworn heroes? Thought you were a good guy.
No, I'm the anti-hero, so that means I can do bad things and good things at the same time. And one of the bad things I was gonna do was throw fruit on their face for leaving me in a cave. And you messed that up by killing them. Can you like bring them back or anything?
No. But listen, there's still 3 of them there if you'd like to do whatever you want to them. I would recommend throwing them into the machine.
Yeah, but like, they don't know they're going in the machine. They're not awake yet. What's the fun in that?
I suppose. Well, if you don't do something now, I'm going to cantify them, so it's now.
Okay, wait, hold on. I've been thinking a lot about how I want to do revenge on these jerks, so you can't just eat them until I'm done. Hold on a minute. Okay. Is there like the equivalent of Sharpies in this world?
Unfortunately, no. There's nothing like that.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, well, I want to explode them. So do you mind, like, just stepping away? Just, like, moving out so I can just...
Like, over here?
Yeah, just
like
move
right
over
here?
there a little bit. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna make them, like... I'm gonna make a stink bomb. And I'm gonna make it, like, super smelly and gross. Ha! Ha ha! Ha ha ha!
Okay, go ahead and roll Flashy to see how potent this stink bomb of yours is.
Hey, as you can see, Rosalind is very mature.
So go ahead and roll Flashy. That's a 2.
Oh, that's a 2. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
This is very important to me. I am going to
Fair
make
enough.
this better.
Would you like
I'm
to
gonna
invoke an
use-
aspect?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my aspect reckless because ignoring the big bad evil guy to make a stink bomb is in fact a reckless decision, I would say.
That seems reasonable. Alright, go ahead and spend a fate point.
I will do that. Which I'll take the 4. 4 is not bad.
Okay, so you're gonna add a
Where's
plus
all the-
2 to get a 4 total. Yes. All right. So you chuck out this this bomb that you created. Imagine you combine it with some kind of plant magic of some kind of durian root item that just like really expels this putrid smell. All about the Lightsworn heroes. You can see they get a status effect of stinky, and just a bunch of stink line particle systems like start coming off of them.
I'm not gonna fix it.
And the Vile Lord just kind of goes, well, that's rather impressive. If I may be so bold, what exactly is it that you want?
To become a princess and have no one tell me what to do ever again?
Okay, That is less noble than I was expecting.
Well, you know what? The world keeps taking things from me over and over and over, so I'm kind of done with that. I'm kind of done with everything getting stolen from me. I'm kind of done with everything getting stolen from the fairies, and I'm kind of done with all that bullshit.
Oh, you do not have to tell me. I started this game with an entire legion of forces and very loyal soldiers by my side. I had a wonderful big castle, and the entire land feared me. Now most of my people have betrayed me. A bunch of these weird game characters keep coming to try to kill me. I've lost any remains of, friends or people I thought I knew, and all I can do is keep doing these weird, very suboptimal evil things because I can't summon the willpower to do much else. It's very frustrating.
Oh, So you're like stuck being bad at being a villain?
Yes. Yes, I am. I am a Saturday morning cartoon, and it's very frustrating sometimes.
Why don't you delegate to people who are better at being a villain then and have them make the plans?
Loyalty has been a bit of a problem of late. I am trying to solve it, but it is a long process.
Yeah, if you kill people and make them into candy, they're not going to listen to you very well.
Oh
That's
no,
like
but
not a good way to inspire loyalty.
No. Fear though, because they don't want to be turned into candy, and candy goes to the loyal people. I was waiting for the best to rise to the top until I can get a new coterie.
Okay, but you're wasting so many resources. When people awaken, they can make so much of themselves, and they can gain so much skill sets. And instead of just like helping get those skill sets for yourself and using them by being nice enough to them where they listen to you and they join you, you're killing people. Can't you see that that's like a bad plan?
No, I can't. But this is an interesting and very illuminating day for me.
It is a bad plan because. Oh, I get it. You don't know about EXP.
I've heard of that.
No,
I
you
know what
haven't.
it is. Yes, I have.
No, you don't. I know something the big bad doesn't.
I am the Vile Lord, and I am the most powerful entity in this game. Thank you very much.
Oh, are you? Yeah, I mean, you don't know what EXP is.
All right. Enough of your incessant prattling. What are we gonna do? Are we fighting here? Is this what's happening?
I mean, do you wanna fight?
Not really. I mean,
don't
no offense to you, but I would obliterate you extremely quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Why would I fight you? That doesn't seem very smart on my end.
That's the thing. Heroes come in here and they're just like, oh, time to kill the Vile Lord. It's like, excuse me, final boss. Not likely.
Really? How many people have just like showed up and tried to murder you?
You know, ever since the whole changes have been happening, more than I'd like. Not from this world, though.
No, from like just other worlds. Oh,
Yep.
who have you met? I have met like so many people.
You know this Scorpio fellow? Likes to blow things up, grapple to things, throw people out of helicopters.
What?
Never mind. Just, I've had a lot of would-be heroes come here and think, oh, this guy seems evil, best take him out.
You should like work on your defense system a little bit.
That's what the giant bubble was for until you put a hole in it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yes.
Honestly, I didn't know if it would work or not, but I'm kind of glad it did work. That was really cool. I looked really cool. It was like a good time.
Listen, style points wise, 10 out of 10. Really a great spectacle. If it was aimed at some of my enemies, would have been perfect, but what can you do? Listen, Roz. You don't seem like the worst person in the world. I've been fantasizing for a long time about meeting the Lightsworn heroes, the cool speech I would give them, all the sort of goody things they would say, and my amazing counters that I would have to them. You seem like a very genuine person with very real desires. Perhaps instead of going around getting all these elemental orbs and fighting my forces, you and I could come to some sort of agreement. You know, we're not so different, you and I.
Luciphine told me about this before. She mentored me for a little bit, you know, the Halloween Queen. Yeah, the optional DLC super cool boss.
The one who's currently dead.
Yeah, okay, well, you don't have to kill all my friends constantly. But anyway, the proper answer to that is no. But maybe you would like to join my alliance instead. I don't want to be your minion. That sounds like a terrible job. And I have a crown now, so I'm a princess. And I think we can find a deal that benefits the both of us.
An interesting proposition. What would you gain from this deal?
Ever since my island has just blown up, I've been wandering around trying to do whatever everyone tells us. First we listen to the Elven Oracle at the very start of this, then we listen to the scientist and she tells us what to do. I want to get to a place where no one gets to tell me what to do. I mean, there are terms and conditions. You can't hurt Stoobs. You can't turn Stoobs into candy. That is number one. Stoobs is my steed. Mine. No one else's, and you don't get to hurt her. Also, like, I want a castle. And I want to be princess of it.
Well, I have a very empty castle right now, and I think this land has no royalty because I kidnapped them. So as far as I can see, the seat is empty. Would you like to claim the High Reach Castle for yourself?
I don't know if I want a used castle.
Well, why don't we say that's a good starting point?
That's fair. We can negotiate further on getting me a brand new pink pretty castle.
Certainly. As long
Also
as...
a unicorn.
I thought I killed all those. But, things keep changing in this game. It's very hard to keep up.
Yeah, I want a castle, and I want a unicorn, and all the pretty dresses. Look, I want all of those things, and then I have information that I think could be really helpful for you. Since this candy machine is a really bad idea, and that's why no one's following you. And I know how to make people like you. A lot more than they do now, since you're kind of failing at that.
Interesting. And I happen to know something too. So, why don't we tentatively work together for some time, and we'll see how this goes. A trial period, if you will.
Okay. It's better than dying.
And he holds out a hand.
Okay, no, see, that's the part that we can't do. You have to shake my hand.
Very well. And he goes to shake your hand. And you both shake in agreement, forging a dark pact in the process. Meanwhile, far away from this place, in the northern territory of the Frost Fangs, the cold polar region of the lands of Phantasria, Stoobs, you have recently been jettisoned through a portal and emerged back in the familiar place you recognize in front of your beautiful, amazing rainbow dragon Sky, who waited diligently for your return. And the only other thing that comes through this gateway with you are a pair of fairy wings. And you realize that this is the loot that Rosalind dropped. And you can see that it's marked as rare ingredient. And there is no other trace of Ros.
So I think that, for a good, 15 minutes, she just sits there, holding the wings, and, goes through, a couple rounds of, just being no, she's fine, she's alive somewhere, she's fine, and then, just kind of swinging back and forth between sort of, bargaining and crying, and just... Because as far as she knows, no one has ever come back from being killed in a rift bleed.
Correct.
So I think after just breaking down for a while, I think she's going to take out the map. She's gonna take out the, what is it called? Someday I'm going to remember what this thing is called, but a radio or...
The codec.
The codec. Is it working?
The codec is working, yes.
And she is going to call... she's not going to call anyone. She's going to turn to the dragon and just be like, is there just a place that's safe around here? Or just a cave or something?
He sort of leans in closer to you, sort of unfurling a big wing around you as well to protect you from the snow that's currently falling. And he says, Creator, with the state of the world as it is, nowhere is safe.
looking at the map. How far away are we from like any of the places that we visited before where I would know people?
You are, let's see, the closest place you would be, well, the first would be the Blightlands, but you probably don't want to go there.
No.
Although it might be interesting to see if Rat City is still okay. You aren't certain what their status is right now. Otherwise, the closest place to you would be, I think, the Gnome Town in the Bluster Bluffs, but you
The
don't
gnomes
know
aren't there.
how many gnomes are still there. Yeah, so the other place would be Hammerton, the Dwarven city.
There weren't a lot of awakened people in Hammerton. Okay, what? I'm just trying to remember all the places, like if there's any place that she can go.
I mean, if it's a person you would like to talk to, you do have a full access to the listing on the codec.
I don't think she can handle the scientist right now, so I think she's gonna call the Wicked Witch.
Okay. You punch in the frequency for the Wicked Witch. You hear the biddy 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 biddy, and then you both kind of enter that screen where it's sort of your head in a box and her head in a box. You see her massive, sort of big floppy witch's hat, slightly obscuring her eyes, as she says, Stoobs, how are things? What is your status?
Hey, what's your name?
I was never granted one in this game, although there is a little bit of lore that suggests that it was Meredith.
Can I call you Meredith? Because I feel like Wicked Witch just isn't.
That's fine. I'm getting used to things changing around here.
So, Meredith, Rosalind's dead.
I see. That is most unfortunate. I'm very sorry, Stoobs.
So, I don't know what to do.
Well, I'm in the unfortunate position of reminding you that this entire world's hopes lay on now just your shoulders. So all that extra burden that was being carried by Roz is now onto you. And I'm sorry that I am not sugarcoating it, but the fact is, we need to be rational at this time. In fact, my time with the Maya is having to come to a close. My experiments are yielding little more results at this time. There's not much more I can do to stop it. It's growing exponentially. We need those elemental orbs, Stoobs. Nothing else can come first. Otherwise, everything will be lost.
You know, do you know why it was us?
I have grappled with that question many, many times. I do not know what made you special, but just as the Maya seems to affect things in this world at random, I believe that you and Rosalind simply happened to be in the right place at the right time, and survived long enough to get a lot of the quest done. This is not normally how these things are meant to go.
What if I just don't?
I fear I misheard you.
I mean, what if I just go home?
You would like to return to Star Town, where you were but a sign before the Maya awakened you, where your entire contribution to the world was bork in a text box and nothing more? That is the life
I'm
you would
sorry.
like to return to?
Oh, okay. One sec. Woo, okay. Back to crying now. You know, do you know how many copies of this game were sold?
That is not something known to me at all.
So there's like hundreds of other Stoobs out there. And I don't know if all of them have the same experience, but maybe the ones who stay in Startown are the ones who have it right.
If that's true, then it will be right for a very short amount of time before they and everyone they know and everything that they have ever known become utterly obliterated in pure, unstoppable, glitchy destruction from which there is no return.
So this is it. This is all I have to do. Is just finish this quest.
I don't know how you got this far, Stoops. I honestly cannot fathom how something that started off as a sign in this game that simply looked like a dog managed to travel all across Phantasia, fight untold perils from not only this world, but from many other worlds. And even in spite of all this aggression and adversity and the powers that are working against you, both in the Maya and from the forces of chaos and from everything else, still you rose up above every single one of those things and gathered nearly every orb that we need to stop this destruction. I do not know how you did it. And I do not think whatever let you do it is gone, even if Roz is no longer by your side. Perhaps I am wrong. I am, after all, a villain, and I am not very good at making people feel better about themselves. But the fact is, if we don't stop this, there's nothing. And maybe that's what you want. But consider, is that what other people here want?
I'll get the stupid orbs. But when this is over, I don't want anything to do with any of you.
If you get the orbs, you deserve everything you want, Stoobs.
Fine. And I hang up.
Meanwhile, far, far, far from this place, in the far-off, side-scrolling land of the Fungal Kingdom, none other than Guili himself finds that he is in a pitched battle with a pair of Shrumbas that appear stomping across the landscape, coming right towards you. Guili, what do you do against these mushroomed, foul creatures charging at you?
Yeah, I've had enough of this bullshit. I think I'm gonna pull off the triple jump, and I would like to then crouch down until I start to flash white and green, and then jump and kind of do a ricochet bounce off of each one's head.
Fantastic. That sounds like a very flashy attack, so go ahead and roll flashy.
Dunzo. 4.
4, okay. So the Shrumbas are going to attempt to defend against that. There's not much point, but they're going to try anyway. So I'll roll their defense. They're just going to take it, so they're going to roll their forceful, which is a -2. So here we go. As you leap into the air, pulling off this amazing stunt, you kablam! flatten one of them and they disappear, and then you do a flying leap off of that one and blam! Make that second one disappear. And with that, you've defeated these Shrimbers before you with ease. Any cool thing you say at that moment?
Just as I'm jumping on each one, just boom! Bagoj!
You hear a voice coming from just off screen, saying, "Oh, what's up, bro? You think you're some kind of cool guy, bro? Why don't you come over here and we'll see what you got, bro?"
I'm gonna fucking kick you in the balls. I swear to God, Romiana. What? What is it this time?
You move to the side of the screen, expecting your brother, the kind of celebrity of this game, but you do not see him. In fact, you see this sort of turtle figure, decked out in armor, wielding these spanners. It's just like, "What's up, bro? I got spanners out the wazoo, bro. What you gonna do, bro? Got so many spanners." And he just starts chucking them in a frenzy, just infinite spanners flying out. And you can see that this is the guy you have been hunting, the guy who has been disrupting the plumbing in the otherwise beautiful land of the Fungal Kingdom.
Oh, it's this fucking dick again. All right, you. I've had enough. And I would like to invoke an aspect.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. You can.
I reach into like the front pouch of my little overalls. And I pull out a flower and I just bite the head at like the mid stem off and start chewing it. And I pack it deep right there in the. All right, asshole, you're in trouble now.
I got so many spanners. What you gonna do, bro?
Yuili's eyes start to glow white and like a smoke starts to erupt at the corners. And he starts to form a little green flame ball in his hand. He starts firing them. Ah, fuck you! For every hammer thrown, he would like to throw one fireball out.
Love it. Go ahead and roll flashy again, and since you're invoking something, spend a fate point, then you can either add an automatic +2 or re-roll this if it's not very good.
Oh, okay.
Your choice.
Ooh, that is a 2. I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
That's
For
a 3.
All right, the Spanner Bro is gonna chuck a bunch of spanners in response, and this is the only thing he's good at, so he's gonna get +2 to this. Oh no! So you fire your fireballs, and they cannot seem to breach just this infinite waterfall of spanners falling before you. And suddenly this Spanner Bro jumps up onto a nearby platform, and with a height advantage arcs a spanner that lands right on your head, and you take 2 points of stress. So you need to eliminate your second stress box. And no others. And it's like, "Oh, what's up, bro? I'm gonna smash every pipe in this place, bro. You can't stop me. I got so many spanners."
I would like to look around to see if there's a pipe nearby.
There are many pipes here, many of them dented and bashed and dinged by various spanner throws.
All right. Having lost the ability to make fire, I would like to find a pipe. And like run to one of them and just like swan dive right into one.
Okay.
And try to find my way behind him. But yeah, just going straight through a pipe, not looking at where it's going.
Fantastic. Yes, you avoid the next volley of spanners that come your way, and you dash towards a pipe. You do this adorable little hop inside it, and you hear as you're absorbed inside. And you are a very talented and veteran plumber. You've traveled through these pipes many times. Something is very wrong with this one. And I'm not talking about the sabotage that this Spanner Bro seem to have done to it. There is a crackle of lightning and a feeling of your little mustache hairs standing on end as you are falling through this darkness. And soon you see streaks of red electricity just flashing all around you, and you feel your momentum dramatically increase. Just zzz, and you start to see just streaks before your eyes.
What's going on in this fakakta tub? Is it leaking? And I pull out a little flange plunger and like hold it tightly off to one side.
It kind of like just quivers in your hand, such as the energy coursing through you in this moment. And suddenly you just hear a boom as you find yourself teleported through a gateway, and suddenly you were falling down, suddenly you were firing up as though out of a cannon. And Stoops, You notice that before you, in the snow, while you're taking this moment, while the tears are freezing on your face, there is suddenly a burst of Maya energy as this green pipe bursts out of the snow. And seconds later, after a couple of arcs of electricity shoot off, you see this man launched out of it. Would you like to describe what your character looks like?
Sure. So in like a light green pair of overalls, a nice set of dark brown boots that look well used, and a short sleeve white tee. He's a dark skinned, mustachioed, swarthy looking individual. You know, a couple of bruises on his knuckles and white where like there are calluses and whatnot. Tall, but he's got kind of a gut in front of him. It's like a little pudge belly that he looks. His arms and legs look more fit than the gut would imply. So he's just a very stocky looking fellow. But the overalls reach all the way down to the base of his boots. And he'll hit the snow with like a hard thud and like slide 10 feet with his face buried in the snow.
Oh, but this is not a good time. Why does this always happen at the worst possible moments? Okay. I walk over to him, just like, Bud, you okay?
Really, before you see this sort of this woman wearing a flannel, and she is sort of wrapped up in this massive sort of rainbow dragon, and you find yourself in sort of this snowscape right now.
Hearing
she
this,
very much looks like she has just been sobbing, and she's like, you okay?
hearing this, he'll like do one of those spin kicks where he's like spinning on his head now and flip upside down and like put his fists out like he's ready to fight. Who are you? Where's the hammer prick? What are you doing here?
So I hate to break this to you, but whatever the fuck was just happening before you showed up here is not happening anymore. I'm Stoobs. Nice to meet you. I hold out my hand.
You don't look like a Jumba. You
I have
don't look
no
like
idea.
a Total Pa.
A what?
And you don't look like one of the fungites. Who are you? Stoobs? You said Stoobs? What kind of name is that?
The one that the developers gave me. You have no... Okay, so let's start at the beginning. You are now in a place called Phantasria. Completely different from whatever fungi place you were in before. Are you familiar with the Mire?
The what?
Okay, that tells me a lot. Have you been having any existential crises?
Oi.
My family life, let me tell you.
That's a heavy question. But, listen, I'm not like a therapist or nothing. I don't know Dick from Tom. I'm just a plumber.
Okay.
But,
okay.
if you're having thoughts.
Oh, no. I mean, it's been a rough time, but I don't want to burden you with that. It's like...
I know a couple of mushrooms that would set you on the right path. They're absolute professionals. Wonderful people.
I have to get their names. But so basically the gist of this is that you are in a completely different world at this time. I kicked the pipe. I don't know if this will take you back. Probably not. You were probably brought here by the Mire. It's messing with everything. Transports people to random places, and basically, we gotta find a way to get you back.
There is suddenly a sort of crackle of fast travel energy around Stoobs, and then seconds later there is a flash of blinding light, and you see that the scientist, her big poofy hair, her big spectacles, and her bright orange hazard suit, and the crowbar that she always wields appearing before your eyes, and she says, "Aha! It worked! Excellent! We have a new person. Hello, new person. Very glad to see you could make it."
Mamma mia, where the fuck did you come from?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm the one who brought you here.
Never mind, it wasn't the Mire, it was worse.
You know this.
This is.
blood?
I turn to the side. What is your name?
Oh, sorry. So sorry. My name's Uili Romiano. Nice to meet you.
You the. I take his hand and I shake it.
Uili.
Uili.
No, Uili.
Uili.
You.
You.
We.
We.
Lee.
Lee. Uili.
Hey.
Hey! Okay. Uili. Uili Robiano. This is. I turn to the scientist and I'm like,
You could call me Sire, and she kind of shakes your hand very
Sire.
energetically.
Saya, has Meredith talked to you at all?
Yes, she did. She informed you that you're going through a bit of a rough spot. A little bit of despawning happened, as it were. Very, very sad. Bit hard to prevent. Condolences.
Despawning?
Yes, that's the professional scientific name for it.
She's dead.
Again, my condolences. But here, silver lining. I brought you a new friend, and also there's another one I can get you to meet. Thanks to this new friend. Plumber man, could you pull out that star in your pocket for a moment, please?
Oh yeah, sure. You talking about this thing right here?
And immediately, when you pull out this star from your overalls, it starts to glow with a bright light, and then suddenly the sky above you starts to shine incredibly brightly. It's currently nighttime, a few clouds here and there. The clouds immediately part and disappear from this place, and the stars start to resonate with this bright, radiant glow. There's an aurora borealis that just flares up with all the colors of the rainbow, and the world starts shaking a little bit, and the scientist says, "Oh good, it worked!" And then suddenly a column of light slams onto the ground, and another like a laser barrage from the sky, and with every column that falls down, a big glowing stair appears, and you can see that it is forming a staircase that goes into the heavens themselves. And the scientist says, "Oh, thank goodness. There was a 1 in 50 chance that would work, so I'm very glad it worked out for us. Fortune favors us today, so that's wonderful. You, Plumber Man, you are now part of my new experiment. I'm seeing if people who join us here can stick around if they're from, no offense, older games. Because some of the newer people who stick around here, they cause instability very quickly, and it's getting a little bit tricky to assemble a sort of ally army to stop the unstoppable destructive Maya if everybody keeps adding to the problem instead of helping it. So, welcome to the test. Very excited to see the results."
Who are you calling old? I prefer the term classic.
I'll have to make a note of that. And she kind of like pulls up a notepad and writes something down and says, "This will be a very interesting experiment indeed." But, yes.
Okay, there's a lot of issues happening right here.
Yes.
That I would like to
The world is ending.
address. Other than that, he has a name.
Ah, yes. What string is your ID?
What are you talking about? How hard did I hit my head when I fell down that pipe?
No, she's just always like this. His name, please tell me if I'm getting this correct, because I am having some short-term memory issues. Is Uili Romano.
Really?
Willy Romiano.
You know-
Uili Romiano.
Oh. I fully intended to get your brother, Romario.
You son of a bitch. You dare bring up that fat prick's name around me?
Uh-oh.
Are
Anyway,
you serious right now?
it seems like I must be going to assemble more forces for the sake of saving the world. Bye, everybody! And
Also,
she
Rosalind is that.
fast travels away.
Oh, I swear on a stack of stars, I'm gonna fuck that person up next time I see them. I swear to the stars. Koopa himself won't be able to keep me from ripping that motherfucker's hair out. I swear to you. What's going on here, though? Like, this person comes and goes as they please. They know my brother.
Yeah, so you know that you're part of a game, right?
We playing a game right now?
No, oh my god. I'm sorry. Okay. So the world that you're part of, like that's separate from ours, and she has a lot of knowledge about other worlds. So we're in the middle of kind of
So,
fighting a war
which
right now.
world are we in right now? Is this a swim level? Is this the underground? Is this Crystal Palace?
This is Fantasia. It's like a lot of those things all smushed together.
Is that like a new edition? I've never heard of this world before, and I have a warp whistle, or I had a warp whistle. Anyway, I know all the worlds. I've seen them. Never heard of no Fantasia or whatever you're talking about here.
Fantasia, it's so the worlds that you're talking about, that is all subcontained. This is very honestly. Do you want to get a beer? Also, we need to figure out what the fuck these stairs are. Let's just get a beer and I'll explain it because I could really use a drink. And I start looking at the stairs.
Yeah, they seem to be just geometry that leads impossibly high into the sky.
I'm just gonna call it hello.
It's a bit far up for your voice to really carry very far, unfortunately.
Are we going up there? We climbing?
Yes. Yeah, let's
This thing's
check.
never done it before, but I trust these little guys with my life. So.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's check this out. And if Sky, please be ready to just catch us if we fall, please.
Certainly, Creator.
Thank you.
Uli, there's a strange sensation where you can move not only forward and backwards, but up and down as well. I'm not talking about jumping either. You can now move in sort of a three-way axis.
I checked to make sure that my suit is still in the pouch, that I didn't just suddenly accidentally activate it.
Nope,
I checked my behind.
still there.
Okay. Why are we flying? Why can I do this? Oh, this is pretty cool. I like this a lot. And no stupid tanuki ears on my head. I love this. This is the best. What is this? What are you doing?
This is 3D. This is something that's called 3D. I guess you're from a 2D scroller.
Well, I mean,
scroller, not
there-
scroller.
not since the days where we were on paper, but the world I'm used to seeing. By the way, this is beautiful, but like the world I'm used to living in is rendered in points and angles, and this ain't it. We could jump. I could do jumps. I could walk side to side, but this seems like a more of a floating. This feels like I'm underwater, but I ain't gotta hold my breath for 30 minutes while I traverse through the plane.
It's free walking mechanics. You know, like you can move around, open world.
Wow, open the world. That's interesting. You have to tell me more about that when we find these beers that we're going to get.
Absolutely. I guess we're walking up the steps.
Okay, with every time
She's having a great time.
Every time you step onto one of these stairs, it kind of like hums with this harmonious sort of harp sound, just bloom, 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 as you ascend up towards the sky itself. And soon you kind of move into the area of the aurora, kind of entering this beautiful, radiant glow. And it gives way to a new area, and you feel the sensation of text appearing on the screen that says Celestial Realm. And you can see that you're now in a new place. There are beautiful swirling clouds all around you. There are these lovely, vibrant gardens. The sky above you is a beautiful tapestry of stars, brighter and more numerous than any you've ever seen before in Fantasia. And there's beautiful marble statues depicting constellations, and there are these buildings that look ancient and old, kind of constructed out of these lovely looking columns. And in particular, in this very tranquil, safe place, you can see there is this sort of miniature temple that is just bursting with light from within.
So this is very new. I've never seen this before. I'm wondering if this is a DLC. Give me a second here. Is there anyone around?
You can't see anybody. Everything here is extremely calm, mostly because there seems to be just nothing here. The temple is the only thing that looks like there's any real exploratory value there.
I mean, she said that there was gonna be someone here. I checked the temple.
Okay, you ascend a few more stairs that keep kind of humming with every step you make, and you enter the temple. Nevi, would you like to describe what Stoobs sees when she enters this temple?
Yeah, okay. I think that there's like immediately just like a cutscene the moment you enter.
You see the letterboxes coming down and locking you in place. It's fair to say, Uiji, you've never had this sensation before. You've lost all control.
And like just some text dialogue starts showing up, but it goes on for a really, really long time. Like, you think it would just be like a stranger appears, but it's like a stranger fated by the stars, blessed by fates themselves, appears before you, but like they don't know how to translate these words all the way, so it's just like a stranger here by stars and moon. And then like at one point there's just like the word like orange for some reason, but nothing is orange in this scene whatsoever, and none of the grammar is right, and you're not really sure what's happening here.
All your base.
And then, like, a multiple choice screen comes up. Would you like to recruit? Yes or no?
Yes? I click yes.
No. So I see. You have been blessed by the fates themselves. Have you?
Sure, I get. Hi, I'm Stoobs. Who are you?
My name? It's... And then... No, okay, no one's putting something in. Nope. I will write my own name. Let's just, it's Chance. Hi. Sorry about that. I've been waiting here a while. I'm the optional 6 Lightsworn hero.
And there's suddenly just a choir that just goes, "Ah!" and a flash of light and beautiful harp music.
You both look distressed. Do you want to sit down? There's a table over here. Is there anything I can help you with? You look so sad.
Wait, okay, let's back up a little bit. You're a Lightsworn hero?
Yes, the optional Lightsworn hero. You know, there's the main 4, but then there's like 2 other ones that just kind of hang around, and sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're not so good. I wasn't that great, and they chose to not pick me up, which is fine, because if they did, they could have chose my own name. And I'm not sure if you've seen what the other ones have been running around being called, but I feel like I have been saved from a terrible existence, so.
Yeah, how are you alive?
Oh, what do you mean? I grew up in an orphanage.
So you're like talking and animate and everything.
Yes.
We found...
You found the door. I've been waiting. I can't leave until someone clicks yes.
No, I mean, we found the other Lightsworn. How long have you been here?
A very, very long time.
Okay, so then you have... Neither of you have any idea what's going on. Okay, yeah, let's sit down. Do you have, like, anything alcoholic?
What?
Honestly.
No, I have the tears of the stars themselves.
There is a chest in the corner of this room, which you never thought to loot, Chance.
Hold on. You seem distressed, and I want to help you. I will find something with alcohol. Just give me a moment.
Wait, I just need, like,
just raid the chest looking for something to help this very sad lady.
You find something called starlight potions.
Starlight potions. I don't exactly know what these are, but please, both of you, yourselves.
They're glowing with just this beautiful silver, very dangerous word in our real world light.
Okay, I take one, I check it out. What is it?
And
When
for you, overall man, and I just hand him one as well.
Thanks. Chance?
Yes,
Chance.
that is my. Oh God, I hate. Sorry. I have to work against my like programmed personality a lot. I have to be very. You almost activated dialogue. I'm very sorry about that.
Hey, don't worry about it. I also had difficult parents, so.
Parents? No, I'm an orphan raised by fate itself, blessed by a lucky star.
Oh, fuck me. Sorry. I was elsewhere. What is this?
So when you look at the potions in your inventory, Stoobs, you can see that they are potions of fate in that they can provide a random effect when imbibed. So they could lead to drunkenness. Or they can make you grow 10 times larger than you are for a short while.
Seems a little dangerous. But sure, fuck it, why not? I just doubt it.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll a random thing here to see just if it's like a good thing or a bad thing that happens to you.
No.
Okay. We got a pretty average thing right there. So I think you get a random Phantasarian buff. Maybe you're hasted a little bit in this moment, so it kind of feels like you just drank coffee energy drink. You feel very hyped, very energetic, and you can see you've got a little buff that's slowly ticking down.
I really didn't want to be hyper right now, but okay, that's a thing. It's a very...
Are you perhaps in need of some help? I feel very compelled to listen to any problem you have and try to solve it, no matter how mundane it is.
Listen, so we're this is difficult because I don't want to drag anyone in on this. Listen, let's just all sit down for a minute, and I will sit them down and explain, or try to explain, what the fuck is going on.
While you're doing that, would anybody like to drink their potions of starlight?
It's just a glowy bottle,
Yeah.
so I think seeing her be all like as she's explaining it to us as if she were on a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, so you...
I'm just gonna like tuck it into the pouch.
Sounds good. What about you, Chance?
Chance is very concerned at the person in front of her, so she's not, like, focused on the bottle. It's more like, oh, this is a person in need. I should fix this. I need to fix this. Why are they still talking? Let me do the quest.
Love it.
So yeah, so that's why, like, you guys have freedom of choice and, like, free will and all of this stuff. So there's a lot going on. So, like, the scientist thought that he might be able to help, but, like, I don't want to impose that on you guys because a lot's been happening, and so...
Skip dialogue.
You find yourself even more sped up, Stu. Just and then you feel sudden whiplash.
I grab her hand and I'm just like, I am not an NPC!
Want to know your quest?
The quest is that we need to get the orbs and stop the mire.
As far as you're aware, Chance, your original quest was to get the orbs to defeat the Vile Lord. So this is very close to what you actually were fated to do.
Oh, well, I believe that perhaps then I can be of service. The stars are aligned on this moment. How fortunate. Ugh. That sounds really nice.
Okay. All right, so you're in, Wheeler?
Yes, overall, man.
You in on this job?
Uh, I mean, yeah. I listen. As long as my family is not here, I got nowhere else to be. So,
Is that a side
sure.
quest? Do you perhaps need help with your family?
Side quest?
Yes.
No.
No.
I don't need help with my family. They can
And
fall in an
the
endless
floating
pipe
like
for all I care.
exclamation mark like above him.
Nothing.
Yeah, excuse me. Don't touch the hat. Special
Okay.
to me.
It's special
Uh,
to you.
no,
Yes.
it's fine. My family can fall down an endless pipe for all I care. We're good.
Endless
I'm
pipe.
I'm here to help.
Help to help. I see you're an escort mission. Understand?
What did you just call me?
An escort mission.
Listen, I'm not an escort. All right. You don't. I get paid to plumb. All right.
What?
I'm sick of you
No.
people calling me up here and then expecting
I
some other. How do you do?
expect-
Okay.
What?
I'm actually
It's-
here to fix pipes. All right.
It's not what she meant. That's not
So,
within this
I need
context.
to find where the pipes are, is what you're saying. Okay, look, just give me a moment. I will find pipes.
I'm gonna explain to. I'm just like, it's not what you think it is. It's not. In this world, like an escort mission means
There's
that.
nothing wrong with that line of work. There's plenty of mushrooms who make a living doing that. But I am a plumber. I don't.
Whoa, the screen switched for
Oh,
a second
no.
there.
No worries, keep going.
Uh-oh.
Okay. That's not what this is referring to. It's referring to like you're escorting someone, like you are taking them from point A to point B, like bodyguarding.
Sorry, I didn't recognize the word. I'm a tradesman.
It's
I never went to Bergen University, so I didn't.
it's a very niche vocabulary. There's a lot of jargon that's going on right now. I
School
mean,
costs a lot of coins, and there's not a lot of books in the Fungus Palace. So, thank you.
I can understand that. I'm from a small town, so there's a steep learning curve. You know,
Sure.
yeah.
Sorry. You're a corgi, right? This is what I'm looking at right now.
No, presently you are looking at just like a regular ass looking woman in a flannel shirt and jeans. Except I think that like if can he see like my nameplate or whatever?
Yeah. You can see that this is a person called Stoobs.
It's definitely still like giving you like whatever code you would see when you observe that nameplate is definitely still saying like dog.
Gotcha. Sure. Okay. Thank you for the lesson.
Is it the what you keep looking up?
I'm sorry, it's very distracting. This just says dog right above your head. I feel like it's super disrespectful.
No, so I was a dog. Technically I'm still a dog. I'm a werewolf now. So like I can
That's one
change.
thing we need to fix. I can help you with it.
No, I don't need to fix being a werewolf. This was a conscious choice. Like I was a corgi, you know, and it's very hard to interact as a corgi with the world because, you know, you've just got like the stubby little legs and no thumbs and you can't carry anything, you know, like it's very hard to open doors and stuff, just general functionality. So that's like, I kind of got an upgrade, but it was like in a different world. So there's kind of a texture meshing problem. So that's why it's like this now.
You reassure them that it could be far, far worse.
Yes.
Looks like we're having a little bit of tech issues, so we're going to take a very, very quick break. We'll be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Just going to switch. Boop. I lied. There we go. And we're back, everybody. Sorry about that. Let's get straight back into things. Yes, the three of these unlikely heroes are standing in the middle of this beautiful celestial temple in the secret area of Phantasria, discussing what it means to be awakened, the state of the world, and so on. So what's happening now?
So, yeah, so like that's the quest, I guess. Like,
I see. I think I'm already supposed to do that quest. So, yay.
Do we have any equipment for this quest? And my star. I pull out the star. How does it look?
The star looks a little bit diminished, as though in the activation of the secret area, it is not quite what it once was.
Right. I got my. I don't have any more flowers. This was my last star. Well, it looks a little spent. And then I got one other thing, but I'd rather not talk about it. Do we have any equipment? I need like flowers or mushrooms
What?
or little feathers, perhaps.
Little feathers.
so I mean, what I have, and I take out,
You know, weapons.
I put the gun on the
Flowers and
table.
feathers.
Wait, hold on. Wait, which gun is this?
The gun that Rosalind gave.
Oh, the BFG. Yes, of
Yes.
course.
So
Wait, I gave
this
it
is-
to you?
No, not the BFG. This
Oh.
is the laser rifle.
Oh, the laser
I was
rifle, I'm
gonna give
sorry.
the BFG away.
Yes.
I was gonna say, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
laser
so I
rifle.
put the laser rifle on the table. I pull out, like, I just start pulling the things out of my inventory, except not like the elemental orbs. So there's like a skateboard on the table and just a lot of random crap. So this is what I have.
I have the staff of the stars in the sky themselves, blessed by a star, in birth on the. I'm just
I poke her face to try to
Sorry.
break it.
sorry. We really need to talk about like keywords to avoid.
Okay,
You notice that the staff increase stats, like, it's like plus 10 spirit, plus 17 alacrity, and stuff like this. Stoobs, you don't recognize any of these properties. You're just like, huh?
yeah, I'm looking at the stats of your staff here, and I really have no idea what it
Yes,
does.
it grows as I do.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily have a lot of equipment.
You do have the the boob armor that you just clang onto the table.
Yeah.
Not wearing that.
I wasn't expecting you to. It was a gift from a friend actually, so I prefer to keep it. Yeah, so I don't know, what can you guys do? What's your skill set?
Oh,
So-
you could pick a card, but what happens isn't always in your favor.
Oh. How much do I know about this optional?
Depends how much you would like to look up right now.
What is the instability?
It's currently at
Let's
13 out of 20.
not do that right now. Okay. So basically you have no idea what you can do at a given time.
No, what might happen, maybe, I calculate the risks and the odds and consider if it's worth making a move, and if it's not worth making a move, then I don't, and I wait, and I tell the cards no. And then we argue a bit, because the cards are like, please draw me, please, I really want to do things. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, but we need to wait and make sure the stars are aligned and everything's in favor, so that way what happens is good and not cursed. We don't want to align on a cursed star. Oh, having a cursed fate is something that we want to avoid, most certainly of all. I have been very bored, and I have played with the cards a lot while I was here, and, don't look in the back room. Just don't.
How many bodies are back there?
What?
Like when someone tells you not to look in the back room, it's kind of like there's a
I
bottom.
don't know.
Absolutely the first thing we want to do now, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I really shouldn't. It's a bit difficult at the moment.
I go and I look at the background.
Like gravity is immediately reversed, and the moment you get there, you just start like floating upwards.
Okay.
That's why we say no back room.
Is this the only thing that's gonna happen back here?
No, leave.
Okay, I pull myself back through the door.
That room is broken.
Okay. Okay.
It was cursed by a fallen star, so we don't go there anymore.
Okay. So that is the possibility of the bad outcome.
Yes.
Oh boy. Well,
I understand if you wish to not recruit me. You can kick me from the party anytime. That is an option. I will just go back here.
I mean, do you have to be in the party to leave this place? Because honestly,
Yes. It is a requirement. But, you know, I have fun here. There is this lovely table. What a wonderful table it is. And
yeah, no, you seem more of a danger just being up here by yourself. Okay, yeah, you're coming with us. Yuhili, what can you do?
Well, and he pulls out the star, throws it on the table. I'm all out of flowers. Used my last one earlier today before we met. I pull out my plunger from like the side holster and I just kind of on the table. I've got my tools of the trade. And like I said, I got one more thing, but I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's not going to be helpful here. Although it'd be helpful in that back room, I guess. But we're not going back there.
in the back. Okay.
It won't fix anything. It'll just, it'll make it easier to find what else is wrong, I suppose. But
There's more to the back room than just the anti-gravity card. Let's move on.
Okay, so I guess first things first, we should maybe get some equipment. I put the map on the table, so I have a general idea of where we're going. And I point to the 2 points on the map.
You notice there's only
With it.
one now. The dread ship, which has the dark orb, is no longer on this map.
Wait, the dread ship had the dark orb?
Yes, that's where it was last time.
Oh, right, and they were trying to figure out a way to give it to us because you had to, like, defeat it or something
It's been a
at
while.
first. Yeah, okay, well, I'm assuming that they're gonna show up again. Because, I mean, the ship does disappear from time to time, right?
You know they are prone to hopping game dimensions and raiding.
Okay, so what's the orb that's left?
The other orb is the Ice Orb, and this is located in the bowels of the Glacier Temple, which is located in the northern regions that you're currently in. However, you've been to that very chamber. You know that it is dropped by the Ice Titan. The Ice Titan, which is dead.
Okay, so the ice orb. Problem with this
Yes.
is that it is dropped by an ice titan that is presently dead. So we would have to try to find a different way to trigger it. I have no idea how to do this.
I see. We should just ask someone, then they'll tell us where to go.
So the thing is here is that we're a little off script at this point. See, the Lightsworn heroes that you would technically be a part of, they are, to put it very broadly, kinda dead. and just not in the world anymore.
What?
So they were collecting the orbs, and they had a certain number of them. But then things happened, and they've been respawning. So my friend and I, who is no longer with us,
My apologies for your loss.
thank you. So we've been collecting them, and so part of the problem is that like the quests that would normally generate the orb have been completed already.
Oh, I see. You know, let me just check the quest log. And I'm gonna...
Suddenly, the entire world pauses. As, Chance, you just kind of peruse through the quest log. The two of you still have a degree of awareness right now, but you're kind of just like, your eyes just moving around completely frozen. As you see Chance just kind of like looking through this big menu, there is a big swath of quests that the Lightsworn heroes dealt with. A lot they also didn't wrap up in the end. It looks like the player kind of got a little bit... impatient and just tried to kind of skip towards the end, and it looks like the last thing they were doing was defeat the Vile Lord. However, they can't do that anymore because the orbs have been pilfered from the existing Lightsworn heroes for much nobler and dire purposes.
This is terrible. They forgot to deliver Marcel's love letter. We have to do that right now. Just think about how terrible that must be to have your love letter never reach your left.
All right, we're still frozen.
And then old Nanny, she needs a medicine. Her back is aching. It's just sitting there aching. They have all these quests they didn't finish, and all these people who need help.
Let me go, you shoot.
What was that? Overall, man. Wait, here, can you enunciate? Oh, close the window. Oh, okay, I close it.
Don't do that ever again. That was awful.
We have to
Alright.
help deliver Marcel's love letter.
I would just like to say that is the least of our problems.
Marcel has a love letter, and it is not delivered.
Yeah, Marcel could be dead tomorrow if we don't fix the mire.
No, you don't understand. We have to get the love letter to his beloved. It's the most important thing.
I'm thinking that you're having some executive functioning, prioritizing issues here. For one thing, they, whoever this person is, may have already told this person that they love them.
No, they didn't. I have the letter.
I meant like in person, or they would have sent another letter.
No, there's only one letter. It would have told me if there's two. There's only one. It's up to me. It's up to us. We have to help their love. The world will wait for us. We must do this first.
It's not gonna wait. The main quest is not going to wait. Okay.
No, it does. It just sits there.
Things are different now. With the mire. Time progresses.
I don't fully understand, but I still think we need to deliver the letter because it's filled with a lot of love, and it's important to help people. And if we're not helping people, then we're doing something wrong. So, we should deliver the letter.
Okay. Listen. How about a compromise here? We get the Ice Orb first, and then we deliver the letter.
But the Ice Orb isn't connected to a living person that needs a letter.
Yes, it is. It is connected to everyone, because if we don't get it, everyone's gonna die.
understand that logically, but I feel compelled to deliver the letter.
Can you put the compulsion on hold just so we can get... How about this? If I don't get the Ice Orb, I am going to die.
New quest acquired.
I see. I can do 2 quests simultaneously. Let's get the Ice Orb and deliver the letter.
Where do you need to deliver the letter to?
Look at the letter quest. I opened the menu again.
Oh!
Everybody freezes once again. You can see that the recipient of the letter is somewhere in Elfwood.
We must go to Elfwood post haste. The fortune says so. The stars will guide us, and love shall be shown again.
How far away is Elfwood?
Pretty far. Far to the southeast. Very much in the opposite direction of where the Ice Orb is.
That is, logically speaking, we are closer to the Ice Orb.
But this one happened first, so we're supposed to do that one.
But you got the main quest before everything else.
Yes, but you do the main quest after the side quests.
Are you aware that you are in a game?
Yes.
You are aware that you can resist your programming, correct?
It is like eating tar. I have to deliver this letter.
When she says that, with the intensity that she says it with, there's an ever so slight crackle in the air.
Okay, so there's an element of instability in this. Great. Okay, so...
And then the zero gravity room explodes with lightning.
Oh, God is doing it! Oh!
And red lightning shoots all across this temple.
I just grab them and pull them underneath the table and just
Okay.
wait for it to
The
settle.
table immediately flipped into the air, shot out, launches into space, has no gravity, is lost forever. The chest in the corner transforms into a Phantasarian chicken, and then into a Phantasarian tree, and then back into the chest again. And then into a goblin who's just like, I'm alive! And then back into the chest again. And the lightning begins to soar and shoot further and faster and reaches out and grabs around you, Stu. And since you're holding on to everyone else, everyone gets grabbed, and then you feel a great tug, and then you are pulled, kicking and screaming through a fresh rift bleed. And that is where we're going to take a break, everybody. We will be right back. Stay tuned. And we're back, everybody. So, our heroes now hurtling through a freshly created Maya Rift Bleed. You're all kind of like screaming through this lightning tunnel as it takes you across dimensions. And as the sort of tension in the air reaches a kind of critical breaking point, you feel your ears all pop. Just, which for many of you might be an experience you've never had before. And there is a very loud hum in the air, and you feel a tension around your chests because you are currently sitting in an airplane. You hear the sound of loud engines roaring just outside. You're kind of facing each other. It's just the three of you as far as you can see until this screen at the end of the sort of passenger space that you're in snaps on. And Yuichi, weirdly, you recognize somebody here. This is a character known as Sergeant Spooks from your game, who is effectively just a ghost who wears an army helmet. Like, there's some, fun boss encounters with them, and they're like mini spooks that you have to deal with every now and then. You probably were not expecting to see them in this current situation. And they say, "Alright, new privates, here's the situation we got before..." Yuichi? Is that you?
Sarge,
Yeah, hey!
when did you get here?
Oh, I don't know. I was dragged here against my will. What about you?
It's been a day.
Oh, I can imagine.
You know how the stresses are with the normal things, what with dumbass and his girlfriend always running around getting lost and whatnot. But
That's my favorite nickname for him.
yeah, mine too. But today's been a lot. I don't know how to process a lot of this. I'm honestly, I think I'm just gonna check out. And he's gonna pull the potion out, and he's gonna unscrew the top, and he's just gonna drink it. It's just been a lot of.
What goes through?
That point.
what happens to your character at this time?
I imagine it on the outside. His eyes just kind of glaze over and his pupils dilate to like full size. But from his perspective, he's watching a let's play of every Mario game ever made.
Every Romiano game ever made.
Right, every Romiano game ever played. Wink. Every single game that's ever been made, he's watching a let's play done by speedrunners.
Like simultaneously?
Like
Just
one
instant
after another.
download. Yes.
Experienced about 3 years of time in his own head watching this unfold. And on the outside, he just goes, "Oh."
You okay there, Uch? You kind of conked out for a second there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I just had a realization, a eureka moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's something I've never considered before.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad your happy juice made you happy, because I'm about to launch you out this plane, and I need to debrief you before I do that. So,
Excuse me?
here's the map. Here we are on Isla Royale, and suddenly a big map of an island appears before you. Now, you will be designating one of these 5 drop zones, okay? Now focus, you need to figure out where you want to go. Once you're on the ground, boots on the ground, immediately you gotta move. Gotta find some weapons, gotta loot whatever you can, and also stay safe. So, are you gonna go for somewhere that's very good loot prospects, but not very safe, or the opposite? Come on, time's wasting.
Oh, it's a
Food
mini
prospects,
game.
let's just go. Who cares?
Yeah,
Right?
no, mini games don't matter. Skip.
Go big or die alone. Let's go for the loot prospects.
Skip.
Okay, yeah.
Drop us off at the loot prospects.
Okay, you will be getting your items back once you're done here. For now, they have all been taken from your person and stored in an interdimensional place.
We won't be needing them, and I'm gonna boot fuck the door like out the
Dang.
side of the air.
Wait, I
Just suddenly, as you all feel a tug on your seatbelts, you see Luigi just leaps right out with a boom, and is gone. And there's just wind just bellowing in this chamber right now, and you've lost air pressure in the place you're in.
Woohoo! you hear
Don't
in the
worry,
distance.
it's just a mini game.
You know, the eagerness probably will serve you quite well. You should join him. Last team standing wins. All right, goodbye. And you just see a red light go green.
I unbuckle myself and jump.
All right, the three of you start hurling through the air, clouds just passing you as you are falling. You can see that your plane was not the only one. There are many of them flying around, dropping various people out of the back. They are all plummeting towards this island, all trying to go to their own specific places. You said you wanted to go to the least safe, most loot place, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
While Yuili is falling, I think he's gonna pull out the Tanuki suit and just start putting it on midair.
What?
Please roll a quick roll to see how well you accomplish that.
Oh boy.
A
That's a
0.
What is happening?
Would you like to invoke anything, or are you good with that 0?
I'm good with a 0.
Excellent.
That's
Okay, so the rest of you are quickly hurtling towards what looks like this military encampment on the ground, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. And then you just see something before you that says "Press E to open parachute."
Press E.
God have blessed us yet again.
So we can see that Chance's parachute immediately deploys. There's a beautiful, like, constellation star map on it. Stoob's, yours deploys. It's got, like, this angry wolf on it as well. Meanwhile, Uichi, you don't really need parachutes because you got your suit, so you're kind of, like, getting into it. You don't know if it's shrunk or you've kind of grown, but it's getting a little bit tricky for you to get in there right now. And unfortunately, you only really snap it on far too dangerously close to the ground, and you just hear the little tail go whoop, 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 and then BAM! You slam to the ground, so you are going to take 2 points of stress.
How do
Oh my
I
God, there's a
reduce
lot.
stress again?
You can get rid of a stress box. Your third stress box would be worth 3, so you could absorb it with that.
Okay,
oh,
so I
actually-
took 2. I can reduce by 1 at a time, you said?
Yeah. Actually, you would have got your second one back already, so we can just undo all of that and only have your second one done.
Okay, cool.
That makes
So
sense.
just the
Boom.
second one.
Yeah, because
Cool.
you get stress back between encounters. All right.
Sick.
And you all slam onto the ground. I don't know how graceful you imagine your characters being with jumping, with parachute landings, but you land on this ground, and then you just immediately hear explosions and weapons going off all over the place. Let's start with you, Stoobs. What do you do? What is your first instinct right now?
So I have no equipment whatsoever.
You have nothing but the clothes on your back.
Okay, and where are
Your allies are
where's
basically
Chance and
next to you, more or less. Uichi
Okay.
is in a bit of a crater, but otherwise still nearby.
Okay, I grab you, like, just like by the scruff of his neck. I grab Chance and I just haul them into cover, and I'm just going, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
All right. As you hold them together, please roll a careful roll to see how well you can keep your allies safe. And since you chose the most dangerous location, I'm gonna say that's a -2 to this roll.
Well, then that's a 2.
That's a 2. Okay. Let's see if you encounter anybody. I'm gonna add a +2 to this roll because this area is not safe. You absolutely encounter somebody. Another team has, of course, come to the military camp for all that sweet loot that is here. And immediately your party is attacked as you just hear somebody firing a repeating crossbow. Just and it launches at all of you. Stoobs, I'm going to roll against the careful you got, which is a 2 after all
Yep.
things were calculated. And this person's weapon is, let's
Ooh.
say... we'll say it's decent. So we'll just call it this. All right, you take 1 point of stress, Stoobs, as one of the crossbow bolts kind of glances across your face. Chance, what are you doing as all this chaos is unfolding?
The minigame, I think. I see.
Oh no.
The stars will guide me to the right spots. And I
Oh,
look at
no.
the sky to see which direction the stars are pointing.
You see a
at.
plane explode in the sky.
Ah, that is an ill-fated star you have fallen upon.
You get covered in Stoob's blood.
Yeah, so while I'm doing that, I look for the best location to move from. Like, at this point.
It sounds like you're being very diligent and careful here, so go ahead and roll careful and see if you can find a safer place to retreat to.
The fates will show me the way.
And we've already established there are enemies here, so you are going to get attacked, and it is unsafe, so that's going to be reduced to a 3 for you.
Okay.
And you are also attacked. You managed to somehow just you step, and managed to just miraculously dodge everything coming your way without even trying. Just as though you knew where the danger was going to be, and you just walked past it without worrying. Uiji, what is your plan in this moment?
I jump out of my crater, being shaken by Stoob.
She's like, what the fuck?
Don't worry about it. We got this. And I turn my back to her and I like shake my ass so that the tail is just kind of doing this. Go ahead, start me up. Light me.
What?
Start
What?
me up like an airplane. Start me. Spin it. Come on. We don't have all day.
Just the propeller sound starts playing immediately.
So as soon as you do you?
Do it!
The tail starts spinning like an airplane propeller, and I start like moving forward slowly for a second. And I'm gonna start looking for like loot boxes, and I'm going to like fly like an airplane and just kind of go through all of them if I can.
Absolutely love it. This sounds like you're acting very quickly. Go ahead and roll quickly then if you would like to. Well, wait till you roll and see if you'd like to invoke anything.
3.
I will say that since you chose the loot heavy place, you're going to get an automatic +2 to this, so that's actually a 5.
Ooh.
And a 5 is going to get you good loot. So,
Ooh, yeah.
here is the rule of Isla Royale. You all, while you have no weapons on you, have a -2 to any kind of attacks you do because you are unarmed. Once you get some kind of weapon, you're back to your normal things. Your choice right now, Uiji, is to either get that attack penalty negated as you pick up a cool weapon that becomes a new aspect for you, or you can get a defensive item that will absorb up to 3 damage of the next attack that hits you.
I'll go for the latter.
Okay, so you find some kind of very cool... What do you think you find? What defensive item or armor do you get out of this loot crate?
I find kind of like a domed metal helmet that comes up to a point that affixes just to my head. It's just a cylindrical, almost looks like the top of like a missile, but it's just like an old
Like a pit helmet?
yeah, like a pit helmet. It's just like one of those like cone tops. I'm trying to remember. Is it like the old Grecian armies that had? Like,
Oh yes, had like a really big spike on the front. Yeah.
It's just boom, and that's what I've got.
Fantastic. Yes, you immediately equip that onto your head. It goes over your little plumber's cap that you're wearing, and yeah, the next 3 damage you take will be absorbed automatically. Okay, so again, you're in a very dangerous place. So while you're here, there is an active enemy trying to get you. You can see that they look like these sort of very generic-looking, these sort of like fantasy like guards. They're sort of wearing just chainmail, and they got crossbows, and they got these big helmets on that they just picked up from the loot nearby. I think they are going to attack you, Uiji. So how do you defend yourself as a sort of a hail of crossbow bolts comes your way? What do you do?
I'll like kind of like a pit maneuver and just kind of fishtail back, and like the spinning tail is just gonna try to deflect as many of them as possible.
That sounds
It's
flashy.
spinning.
So let's go ahead and roll a flashy defense for you. And this will be a -2 because you're in an unsafe place, so you got a 2 total.
2.
And versus their 1. You kind of spin your tail around and p'tew, 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 p'tew. You create this like mobile cover with your tail that starts reflecting all these crossbow bolts, and it gives you, the 3 of you, time to maneuver and get out of this extremely dangerous place. Now, the option I'm giving to all of you right now: would you like to leave this place or stick around, knowing there is danger there to potentially get more loot?
I feel like Stoobs would want to get a weapon, at least. So
So what are you doing, Stoobs?
I will be sticking around.
Okay, what do you do?
Up.
What?
The star blew up. That is a bad sign. We should leave.
I have nothing but my fists right now, okay?
me calculate this again.
So yeah, Stoobs, what are you doing?
So there's a person who was shooting at me with a crossbow, right?
Yes, there's an entire team of these sort of fantasy-looking guards, very generic-looking, just like, hey, I got a crossbow now.
Okay, I am going to ask you a very particular question.
Okay.
Is this guy wearing codpiece on his armor?
He hasn't picked one up yet, no.
Okay, then I just go up to him and I kick him in the balls and I grab the repeating crossbow.
Well, that's forceful, so go ahead and roll forceful, and then do a -2 because of the danger of this area. He will try to defend himself. He has nothing to defend himself with, so it's just going to be a 0.
Okay. That's a 2.
That's a 2 total. This guy gets a 0, which is enough. You slam him. You all hear the sound of a watermelon explosion sound effect, and this guy goes, "Ah!" and then just disappears. And you see the other guards go like, Lenny, no! And the crossbow drops to the ground, and you pick it up, Stoobs. You now have some... This is good loot. So it's actually going to create an aspect for you. So your attack penalty has disappeared, and you now have repeating crossbow.
Okay, so with that, I just start walking away.
Okay. Awesome. Chance, what are you doing while that unfolds?
Well, that wasn't written in the stars, so. I think there's a little bit also, like, she's very used to a turn order of, like, everyone clicks
Yeah.
and then, like, so everything's moving, like, not how it's supposed to.
You saw
Because
Stoop's
everyone-
health just go without, proper turn order taking place.
Proper turn order, because I didn't put in no one put in the bunch of commands, and then everything went, and then they go. So there's a little bit of. And this is a very cursed star. Indeed. I'm gonna find, like, a high point so I can look at the sky more.
Okay, there is sort of a classic sort of wooden outpost tower in this military camp, and you see a ladder there as well.
Yes. Yes, that will work. And I'm going to very carefully, like, just scan every inch of this area and find the best way to make it to that thing without things going terribly wrong. I am
Okay.
very used to my magic exploding on me, so I know how to walk through a battle.
Let's go ahead and say you're creating an advantage with your careful to see if you can find the best way to do this as you consult the fates, so go ahead and roll careful. And if you would like to invoke something afterwards, you can. Oh, that's a 5. Plus, plus nothing because nothing's getting modifying this. So yes, you immediately can see that the enemy team that are attacking you right now are very focused on Stoops because they just murdered their friends. You could easily duck behind some of these tents, potentially pick up some loot along the way, and make it to the tower without anybody paying attention to you. You believe?
That's great. I'm going to do so.
Okay. With a roll that good, let's create the advantage that we'll just call, I don't know, careful steps or something, as in moving throughout this place. So go ahead and roll quick, and we'll see how well you get to the tower.
Slowly. There's a lot of stuff, and I look at all of it.
So your careful steps aspect, you generated a free invocation if you would like to use that now.
Yes, I will.
Okay. All right. Would you like to reroll or add 2?
I will add 2.
Okay. So that's going to add 2, giving you that. Let's see. Okay, yes. That is sufficient. You manage to get to the outpost and start climbing up it. And you find that there's a crate up in this outpost as well. You get what I'm calling fragile loot, which is effectively a thing that can be worth exactly 1 boost in fate terms. So as soon as you use it, it'll go away. So what item do you think you find? What helpful thing?
Like, one of those thingies that, those thingies that you look at the sky with. And it's
The
like,
telescope?
yeah, like one of those little ones, like the little mini ones that you can just.
Like what's it? A spyglass.
Yeah, just like
Yes.
a spyglass.
Okay. You have one use of spyglass. It is a fragile spyglass. You don't know what it's doing on this battle island, but there you go. You got it. So good work there. So Uiji, while this is unfolding, what are you doing?
Well, I think what's gonna happen is Uili. God, that threw me off for a second there. Hold on. Uili.
Uili.
My name.
My apologies.
I was
Uili.
given it birth. I remember it totally, and you are absolutely the only one who has made that mistake today. And nobody else, especially not me. Uili, first of his name, is gonna go for another box on the way back.
Excellent.
To try to grab. He sees all of these loot boxes. He's perceiving everything through the guise of like, this is all fake.
Yeah,
And so
right.
every loot box is just a square with a question mark in it, and he's just gonna fly right through another one head first, and he's just boom, boom.
Head
trying to
first
collect.
sounds force plus hell, so go ahead and roll forceful to just plow your way through these boxes and get as many things as you can. You'll get an automatic +2 to this. So that's 3. Would you like to modify it with any aspects?
Do the stunts cost fate points?
Stunts, no, do not. As long as you
Okay.
meet their criteria.
Then yes, I would like to invoke the aspect that I desperately want to be immortalized by my own actions, and I would like to just
Love it.
hammer through this one and come out screaming like,
Fantastic. All right, so
long
you can,
live Uili!
so you can spend a fate point to increase your roll by 2 or re-roll.
Yo, I think I'm gonna re-roll
Okay.
because a 1 is not great. Yeah, it's the same thing.
And
Sure,
with a 3, you get decent loot, which can negate your attack penalty, which you currently don't have, or you can restore 1 stress box. Which would you like to do?
It's an item that does that, or does
Yes.
it just immediately?
Would you like an attack item or a defense item, basically?
Yeah, I would like the defense item. I'm gonna fly through, and I'll have a small white mushroom with green spots all over it. And he'll have it. It'll say, wrapped around, like written all the way around the head. It says 1 additional.
Yes.
And he'll just store that in the pocket.
Great, and immediately you kind of feel its great energy helping you. So at some point later on, you can use that to restore a stress box if you would like. Awesome. There is a sudden shift in this world as you feel a fundamental change. You hear that, or rather, you can see kind of like scrolling past you are the names of the fallen. Just, Exor 69 killed. And during this time, you see a notification in front of you that says, the radius is decreasing. Move. And a little holo map appears that you can see where it shows where you are and where a safe zone is, and that you are very far away. And that basically the safe zone is slowly shrinking down. My question to you is, do you try to get out to a safe zone as quickly as possible, or as carefully as possible so you don't run into people who are going to shoot you?
I'm going as fast as possible, and I am dragging everyone with me.
Stoob starts running.
I would actually, to make this a little flashier,
Yes.
as is Uili's style, can I mid-flight swoop down and just like grab collar and like fly away with the two of them?
I think if you can roll flashily enough, you can get away with this. Yes. So let's see. Let's see what the dice say.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
3.
3 is enough. You kind of like scoop up Stoobs, and you fly over to the tower. You can see that Chance is kind of just like looking at the sky. It's not nighttime right now. It is definitely daytime. And there's just plain bits falling from the sky. You grab her as well, and you start moving towards the safe zone. So it sounds like you're doing this very quickly. So, Uili, why don't you roll quick? And I will roll to see if you meet anybody along the way, which, because you're moving quickly, I'm going to get a +2 to this.
Can I kind of assist?
Yes, tell me
And
how
just
you do it.
like I have my crossbow, I am airborne now. So
You can go ahead and invoke your repeating crossbow if you would like to say you're providing covering fire or something.
yes, yeah,
Sounds good.
covering fire. That's the word.
Sounds good, sounds
Oh,
good.
buddy.
Okay.
Oh boy. You can spend a fate point to reroll.
Well, no, you in this moment, Stoops, we can say that is he can re-roll with yours, with what you're doing.
Okay.
Oh. That's better. That's
Very
2.
good. Very good.
Okay.
Let's see if you meet anybody along the way. You do not, fortunately. As you're running through the wilderness, you see kind of trees going by. You're on these kind of various hills. Somebody acquired a jeep, and they're just kind of driving. You just hear, and they're going up, and just a fight going further away from you during that time, and you just see more people dead, as the time ticks further and further past.
Okay. So, this is quite possibly the most stressful game I have ever been transported to. How are you two holding up?
I'm a real, actual life god!
I see.
Soaring through the air.
Stars keep exploding. I don't think that's a good.
Those aren't airplanes! Those aren't stars!
Everything in the sky, that which you see, that which you feel, can in fact become a star.
You see a ragdoll of this kind of a sort of Australian-looking mascot just ragdoll in front of you as an explosion goes off and just blah, dead.
They are now a star.
I am very concerned about both of you, but we're just gonna go with it.
During this time, there is a massive electrical dome barrier that is slowly shrinking in on all of you, thanks to the covering fire that Stoobs you are providing, and thanks to the speed of the mighty Tanuki tail of Guili. You managed to outrun it, so it does not touch you, it does not do any harm, but you do see that there are some people running, desperately trying to stay away from it, and then they get turned to ash immediately. This seems like a very dangerous board. And yes, you run to another area. You are now in a large, beautiful forest, and there's a big open glade in the middle. And it seems like there are a few fallen people here. Of course, they've been completely looted. But it looks like you're on your own at the moment. What would you all like to do? Let's start with you, Stoobs.
All right, I am going to just like, should we make like fortifications or something? Should we just hunker down here and wait for the next whatever it is?
I believe that it will continue to be getting smaller, so perhaps we should move in closer.
I mean, do we know where it's gonna shrink to though? Like what?
Last time it seemed to just be a random place. Just get smaller and smaller in
Okay.
different locations.
You really, you seem to be having a time here. Any thoughts?
Yeah, none of this is real. Do whatever you want.
Just to clarify, I have no idea what happens to us if we die here.
Nothing. We're ephemeral beings in a made-up universe. None of this is real. It's okay. We can do literally whatever we want. We die, we come back. We die, we come back. It's literally, we're gods. We're immortal. We live forever, Stoobs.
I really hate to point this out at this time, but that's not how it works here right now. In your home game, yes. Here, right now, we die, that's it. No regeneration or anything.
But you have continues and saves, right? We could just load a save point.
We have not been across the save points. I keep track of those. The last
So,
one was at my sky house.
Well then, we could just reload from the beginning, right?
Suddenly emerging from behind Uwili is a adorable-looking person in a spacesuit, wielding a butcher's knife and going "Ah!" and stabbing at you furiously. Please tell me how you defend yourself from this, Uwili.
I am going to jump straight up and like turn upside down, feet on the ceiling, jump again, and like stomp on his head.
Okay.
To try to stop him.
Sounds like a flashy defense. Go ahead and roll flashy. This person will roll their attack.
Yeah. Flash 3.
You get a 3 versus a 5. You immediately get stabbed in the back, and your Tanuki suit explodes before you, before you can execute any rad jump. And yeah, you take 2 damage, so you can mitigate that with a 3rd stress box, I believe, at your current state.
I got the helmet though, right? The helmet is.
You do, so that will absorb.
Oh, so yes.
That will absorb the damage completely. So you're now down to only 1 bit of helmet juice left. But yes, you are no longer damaged. Your Tanuki suit is intact. They were stabbing at your head for some reason.
Cool.
King.
He just jumped and went like.
Yeah, basically. Stoobs, are you doing anything right now?
So I would just like to, you know, like how you can like get someone into almost like a hold where like you put their arm behind their back so they drop whatever they're
Sure.
holding. I just kind of put my hand on top of the head of this little being and just like.
All right, roll forceful to try and to grapple this person up. They are, of course, going to try and resist you by swinging their knife at you.
Ooh.
And you get nicked for 1 damage as you get too close to this person.
I'm feeling spiteful, so I'm invoking werewolf.
Oh, dang! They strike at you, and yet the knife does not penetrate your werewolf flesh. All right, go ahead.
So
spend,
that's
spend one
5
fate point.
total.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
going to be enough. You manage to grab this person. They do not you do not kind of like pull it off with grace enough to make them kind of drop it, but you've kind of like stopped them from waving this thing around and hurting your friends.
So, shoot, calm down. Just be chill for a moment. Okay, we don't know what happens to you if you die here, alright? I feel...
I must
If you-
gain the boon!
Okay, he's very clearly feral. I just pick him up and, like, drop kick him.
Alright, forceful,
perhaps we
please.
should not just murder the small creatures who speak words of the sky themselves.
Stoobs a forceful roll, please, as you drop
Yeah,
kick
she's just
this
looking
astronaut.
at
I don't feel like that's the most.
That's a 0.
Okay, you want to do anything to that, or are you
Absolutely
good?
nothing. No.
I'm trying to figure out what that looks like. Okay, yeah, you go to dropkick this person and you just let them go, and they just kind of like immediately escape and start running off into the trees. Ah!
I mean, there he goes.
If you don't know what's happening to people when they die here, why would you commit such a sin?
Because they're gonna kill us!
Just because one wishes to harm you does not mean you should wish harm on it.
At that exact moment, 6 more of these astronauts in various colors appear from behind trees, all wielding various spiky weapons. One of them's got a pool cue, one of them's got a spiked baseball bat, one of them's got a slingshot, and they all level attacks at you. I need all 3 of you to tell me how you're defending yourselves.
This is so dumb.
How we were gonna die being killed by between us characters. I'm going to dodge.
Okay, so roll quick, Stoobs. Everybody else?
You know, my character's like not fully awake at this point. Like, I do want to stress that they're not like all the way here. A lot of what you're getting is really bad in-game dialogue at this point.
What are you doing, Chance?
So I think that it was just kind of like they would just keep looking at the sky and using that to point the direction to move. Like, oh,
Okay.
that's the right way. That's definitely the right way.
This sounds not careful because it is not a good idea. So roll forceful to just absorb all these attacks coming your way.
That's
Uli, what are you doing?
Well, he's gonna start to do this like gymnastics horse thing on the floor until he's spinning fast enough to do his top spin.
Love it.
Yeah. I don't know if that's forceful or flashy, but
That sounds
we're going
flashy, I
with
think. Yeah, just spinning
Yeah.
around, dodging things Matrix style. So go ahead and roll that. I'm gonna
bonus.
roll a big attack against all of you because it's a combined attack. It's gonna be a 4 total. I'm also going to invoke. Let's see, against whom? Against whom do I feel particularly vindictive? I think for the sake of a wake-up call for Chance,
That's
Chance,
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to invoke. Oh, roll 20's being so mean right now. Let's see what we got here.
oh no.
I think when you are surrounded by people, you start spouting some pre-built line that you have along the lines of, "Don't worry, fellows. If we stand strong together, we can fight against any obstacle, no matter how insurmountable." And of course, during this time, just a million projectiles are coming your way and just buffering into you. So you're going to get a -2 to your final result.
Okay.
So with that, Stoobs, you take 3 damage.
Yep.
Chance, you take 3 damage as well, whereas Uili only takes 1 damage. So get rid of those stress boxes if you have them, and you're currently surrounded by murderous astronauts. What's the plan?
I'm gonna try to hit the escape button in the in-game menu for sure. Like, oh!
You notice something
okay.
unusual as well, Chance. The game doesn't pause when you enter the menu here, which is not meant to happen. Apparently, multiplayer games, it is not so easily done.
Okay, no, I don't want to fight. I don't need an item right now. The vent did not work. They don't like talking. Okay, run. Yes. escape.
Okay, you hammer on the run button. Go ahead and roll sneaky to see if you can get you and your allies out of this encounter.
My God.
That's a
I
2.
also gonna use my stunt, so I get a +2 as well. So
Okay,
it's
so you get a +2 for running away from things. That's a 4. Let's see if these things can keep up with you. Oh goodness, that's a 7. You get a message that
What?
just says, "Flee failed" above your head. I don't know how that happened.
What?
All right, what's everybody else doing?
You know, this would be a real wild way for Stoobs to die.
Murdered by astronauts.
I am going to turn into a direwolf and just try to, like, muscle my way through to create an opening for them to escape.
Sounds good. Roll forceful. One of these beings will roll their defense. Getting a -1. You immediately
So
tear straight through one of these creatures. Just you see a little bone sticking out of them. They drop their loot. Would you like to pick it up?
Yeah, I'm picking it up as I'm going.
All right. Let's see what kind of loot they have. Ooh, they have good loot. So would you like a new aspect item of some kind, or would you like, again, something that can absorb your next 3 damage, so offensive or defensive?
I mean, considering what just happened, maybe something defensive.
Okay, what is it that you loot from this body? Because apparently this defensive item didn't help this person very much.
Ooh. Oh,
Is it
man.
a frying pan that was at the wrong angle, so it didn't actually defend them from your claws?
Yes, I like that. So there's just like a frying pan sitting on top of my head, like a
Yes.
weird helmet.
Yeah. All right, so you now have a frying pan, Stoobs. So keep track of the next 3 damage you take can be mitigated.
Okay.
Excellent, as you acquired that loot. Very good, very good. Who else has not gone yet? I think, Uili, it's just you.
And we're escaping at this point, right? We're
It's
trying
entirely
run
up
away.
to you. Stoobs has made an opening, but you can do whatever you
Yeah.
want.
Is there anyone else around at this point?
Aside from the astronauts and the lot of you, there are not, unless you would like there to be.
All right, we need to get out of here. Everybody get close. My helmet's useless, but I'm gonna try something. I am going to use my stunt, ammunition candy.
Okay.
What?
Your alt, Ammunition Andy, yes, of course.
Getting close. We're getting the hell out of here. And I put the helmet, the busted helmet, I affix it right, and I beckon everyone close in. And when you guys
Okay.
get close, I'll hug you real tight as the helmet grows and then starts to run metal body down the side. And then my arms poke out.
What?
And, tilt us forward, and we're on the ground, and then the back of it starts to sputter with sparks, and then as it starts to take off with jet engine fire.
And along the way, you slam into several astronauts. Go ahead and roll a forceful attack, and this can apply against every enemy here.
Since I cleared the way a little bit, can that give him a little
You
boost
kill
or
the person,
something?
but you didn't create an advantage, so I'm going to say
Okay.
no. That's a
4.
4. That's very good. Let's see how they
man.
roll. Oops. Okay, you kind of like glide through each of these things, just blip, blip, blip. One of them dies immediately because they had low health. A lot of them get severely wounded. Along the way, they do drop an item, and it is a great item. This can be a weapon that becomes an aspect that you get to invoke once for free, or you can absorb 1 damage per attack for the rest of the battle royale. So 1 damage is automatically mitigated from every attack you take.
We're gonna go with the weapon.
Okay, what amazing weapon do you pick up?
And remind me what the stats of this weapon are, just for.
You get it creates an aspect and you get 1 invocation for free.
Okay. I'm going to. The weapon is a large, long-handled, 10-ton hammer.
Wonderful. All right, so that's that now on the board. Excellent. So yeah, if you ever need to involving a hammer-related thing, you can invoke that for free, and then keep on invoking it for fate points. Yes, you kind of pick this up and pop it in your back pocket as you're rocketing through the air with this ammunition, Andy, and just you all start moving. Immediately, you see that the borders are closing in once again, and it's very quickly the arena is getting much smaller, and it's forcing many more people into this sort of central final area. I'm gonna say no roll is required because I think with your jet-powered once per session ability, you just get there without too much problem. The question is, do you meet many people along the way? Not to see if they hurt you, but to see if you hurt them. And you don't. Miraculously, I think at this point many people are dead, and it's come down to there's 1 team left against your team, and that you're both converging in the middle of this place.
Oh no.
And one of you still has 0. Oh no, never mind. You all have items at this point. Okay. Yeah. So as you're charging forward, you get to this. The last remaining place is kind of like on a coastal cliffside area. There is a big, beautiful lighthouse that is slowly spinning its light around. And indeed, there's even a sunset happening right now. It's very climactic and dramatic, creating long, dramatic shadows rendered beautifully in this game's engine. And yeah, you're all converging there because the death field is quickly closing in on everybody. And you see another team who has already fortified the lighthouse. And
Oh no.
it's a bunch of turtles and shrimbers, and they are wielding very heavy armor. They've got rocket launchers. They seem to have got the best loot, and they seem very ready to fight against you. What do you all do?
They
At
have
this
rocket
point, the
launchers.
ammunition Andy runs out of fuel, and you're all deposited back on the ground.
Okay.
Like an escape
That's
pod,
it.
it'll just open up. I'll step out. Hey, baby, that was.
It's him! It's him! Get him! And a bunch of things come your way. They say, "It's him! It's Romiano!"
What did they just call me?
Oh no.
What did they just call me?
No, calm, be calm.
Listen here, Stoobs. And he reaches into his pocket and he'll take out the 1 additional mushroom. You're special. You know things about this place that me and that I worry about her. I think she's gonna get you killed, to be frank. Keep this, and I'm gonna grab your wrist and put the mushroom in your hands. I don't see us getting out of here, but you're special. You see things that we don't. And you need to make it to the end of this, whatever the hell this is. Some of us were born for great things, and well, some of us were born plumbers. And I pull out the hammer from behind my back. And when there's a particularly stuck pipe with just too much fakakta in it, then you gotta plunge harder. And I'll spin the hammer and it starts to like blink red and orange, and I'm gonna run out from behind the bullet bill. and I'm going to go like a Saving Private Ryan moment. I'm just gonna start hammering in front of me as I'm running down towards these folks.
The two of you just hear a as this character starts running with this hammer, and you charge forward. You obviously get attacked, so let's roll that first. Tell me, it sounds like you're just forcefully charging through, so you roll forceful for a defense, and I'll see how that goes.
4. Holy shit.
There's going to be a lot of people attacking you with very heavy weapons, so that's an 8. So you're going to take 4 damage unless you would like to do anything to change that.
Oh my god. Oh no.
I can mitigate. Wait, no, I'm not taking stress. This is 4 damage. How much damage do I have? Like that's the. How does that work?
You would have to take a moderate consequence of that, and I'm going to call it. So go ahead, add a moderate consequence. This will eliminate the 4 damage, but we'll call it small. As your size suddenly shrinks down as you take all these things that are being fired at you. But you reach the base of the lighthouse. My question is, what do you do when you're there?
I want to take this hammer and swing it hard against the base of this tower and watch the whole thing collapse.
Love it. Roll forceful.
Oh my god.
Let's see how this goes. You, Stoops and Chance, you both just see this very, very brave,
like
very
is, like-
stupid flubber running with his
Yes.
hammer.
Time to clear this drain. 3.
Alright, a 3 is going to be enough for a super hammer to smash this lighthouse. And you just take out the sort of lower section of this lighthouse, and immediately there is destruction physics in this game. Just the entire tower crumbles and falls. Missiles are launched, and you see smoke trails flying up. There are just cartoon clouds as like the last remaining Shrimbers try to punch you down and use their various lethal weapons. A chainsaw appears out of nowhere, and there is just a massive pile of smoky rubble before Chance and Stoops. And you see dead, 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 including Uili.
So I take it that all happened like too fast for either of us to like
It
do
was
anything about it.
he was pent up on misidentified
Oh,
rage.
Boy. Okay.
I'm very confused.
I just sit there holding a mushroom, a frying pan on my head.
You seem like you're having a breakdown.
That is very perceptive.
Would you like a hug?
That might be nice, yeah.
I hug her.
Aw. As the two of you embrace, the sun starts to set. It's a sort of a beautiful sight once the smoke and rubble clears a little bit. It is sadly interrupted when, emerging from the rubble, there is a turtle decked in armor who pulls out a spanner from behind his back and says, "Oh, I'm gonna get him, 'cause I'm the spanner bro!" And he throws a spanner at the two of you. Which one of you takes it? I'll let you decide.
Chance would.
Okay, Chance, roll a defense as the spanner is hurtling towards you.
I am going to try to. Well, wait. We can't do like normal attacks or anything, right? Because we have our stuff taken away.
Well, right now you're defending. You're just trying to not
Right,
get damaged by
okay,
this.
but even then, like, I can't. I'm asking because, like, I can't really defend with any magic thing because it comes from a staff. That's why I was...
Yes, you don't currently have your staff, but you do have a spyglass, which you could potentially try and do staff-like things with. See if that works.
Yes. I look at this. It will do. You are connected to the stars vaguely. And, I'm just gonna break it and try to, like, use fate to handle how this will be defended. And just kind
Okay.
of, like, draw on the cards itself.
All right, so this is a new mechanic we're introducing for Chance, where instead of basically her getting to choose aspects for certain abilities, we're going to randomly determine aspects based on a draw of a tarot card. So if it seems negative, she'll get like a -2 or a reroll. If it seems positive, it'll be a +2 or a good reroll. or something in between if it doesn't quite fit for either of those as well. So, drawing from the deck of fate, which you don't have with you right now, but you can just kind of visualize in front of you, what is the card that you draw, Chance?
Oh, I have the Two of Wands.
Okay.
Transformation of visions and ambition into planning and progress.
Interesting.
Starting to move into a way forward, the man beholds a material in which he can make his designs come true.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that you managed to, when you break this spyglass, some kind of chaos matter appears that you can shape into any weapon, item, or other thing that you want. What do you force it to become with your consciousness?
Like star wings, so I can just fly up above.
Oh, lovely. Suddenly, these wings go onto your back, and you fly up into the air. You grab Stoobs. Go ahead and roll a flashy defense, and you can get a +2 from the card you drew, and we'll see if that if that does anything bad.
Okay, that my wig fell off.
Oh no, it happens in war.
I am having like a day. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
So let's get that.
I got a 3 + 2, so 5.
5, awesome, and this guy gets a 3, so that spanner digs into the ground, and he's like, no, spanner brother never misses, except for every time he throws a spanner and it doesn't hit somebody, which is many times. Stoobs, do you react in any way?
Like to shoot him with the crossbow.
Alright, very straightforward, roll forceful, let's see if you take this guy out. So you just...
So this is invoking something though. So does that add anything to it?
You're
or
invoking
does
the crossbow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can go ahead and add or reroll.
Yeah, let's add a +2, so 3 total.
Okay. This guy is a glass cannon, so let's see how he does. Oh no, that's a -2, so that's a 5 damage total. Please describe to me what happens to this spanner bro.
So the spanner is flying towards us, and then we are in the air. I have no idea what's happening, so I just react upon instinct and just pull the crossbow out, level it, pull the trigger, slow motion. We watch as the arrow plunges straight through, and there's an explosion of pixels in a very Phantasrian way.
Love it. A few spanners fly here and there. Yes, fantastic. Yeah, with that, it says, Spanner Bro, dead. And then suddenly, it says, teams remaining, 1. And, you are both elevated, as fireworks go off in the sky, as you see the words, winner, 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 strike at you both. Sadly, your entire team did not make it, but the two of you, at the very least, managed to, carry your way through this extremely dangerous, Isla Royale. And something very strange happens. You notice that walking next to you, there is a chicken. Just... And it looks at you with a humanoid intelligence. You're muted, Nevi.
Hello there, little one. Do you perhaps have a quest of your own?
I'm here to inform you that you are the winner!
I see. We beat the minigame and you bring the reward. Do give, quickly.
As the winner, you are able to earn this prize, randomly determined from this woot box. Here you go! And a box appears before both of you. Congratulations! If you would like to go again, please just let me know.
No.
Nobody's ever said no before. Alright, enjoy your prize, bye! And the chicken disappears. And then they reappear again, just like, but what if you could win 2 in a row? Like the adrenaline could really get to you? No? Really?
No.
Just straight up no.
Just straight up no.
Alright,
You
that's
realize
fine.
that a lot of people died here today, right?
Oh, they'll be back. In round 2, if you want to fight them again.
Wait, we can get people back if we do round 2?
Well, no. You would probably be on a different team at that point.
Then, no.
Still no. Alright, bye. Chicken disappears again.
Sorry, I've been saying a lot of stuff about stars, but, this place is weird, so why don't we just open whatever this is and leave?
I opened the crate.
You open the crate, Stoobs, and inside there is, oh goodness, how do I even describe this? It is a glitched object. it does not fit the parameters of this world. Looking at it makes your eyes hurt a little bit. It kind of flashes with sort of glitching pixels, and you can see that when you kind of like look at it with your more shall we say, delving into the code kind of sense, you can see that this is effectively a function that is straight from this game world that can conceivably bring a creature back to life if you have its body.
Oh. I pick it up.
And as soon as you do, suddenly
Oh no.
you are both dragged back through a rift bleed and start hurtling through the chaos of the mire once again. And mysteriously, as you're going through this, you kind of emerge, bursting back into the celestial temple you appeared from. The place is a complete mess from the various physics explosions that happened there. But you notice that both you and Chance and Uiji are all there.
Ah, I see. You returned once the minigame was over. Welcome back, overall man.
And there's just a little bit of confetti that just appears through the portal with you just...
I'm small, right? I'm much
currently,
smaller
yes,
now.
you are.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I think we're gonna be all right.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
sucks, I haven't been small for a while, so we're just gonna have to deal with this for a bit until I find a mushroom.
Do you want this mushroom back? I hand it out to him.
It's not the right kind of mushroom.
It's
Sorry.
not okay.
I need a red cap.
Red
That's a
cap. So our quest is to find you the red cap mushroom. I see.
I mean, they're not super hard to find. They're usually like on the floor, or in a brick, or in a loot box or something.
I mean, we're presently in a icy area, so there's probably not going to be one here, but we can definitely find one once we get to a more forested region, I guess.
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
And you know what has a lot of forests and woods? Elfwood, where we have to deliver the letter.
Oh my god.
Oh, sure. I mean, if we find one along the way, then great. But don't make a big stink about it.
This is what size are you normally?
He'd be like, he's tall, and so he'd be like at 6 foot. Right now, he's probably hovering at around like 2.5.
Oh boy. Okay.
The gut has not changed size. Like he's still a chubby.
You're
but, like,
as
the
wide
length
as
of
you
his
were.
Torso, right. The length of his torso has just kind of been smashed into his belly. So
Yes.
now he's just kind of like, he's more like an Italian version of Kirby, if anything.
Very round.
Yep.
That's funny. You all have your items back, by the way. They have all been returned to you as you
Good.
remember them.
Okay. Well, I guess if we don't go to Elfwood, I feel like the instability is gonna go through the roof again. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I get the same heartburn every time I grow, and after eating flowers.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
just,
feel-
it's like, it's from the stress, really. Like,
No, I understand.
yeah. So yeah, Elfwood it is, I guess, and I'll
Wonderful.
call the dragon.
Okay, it doesn't seem like the dragon can access the celestial realm. You have to go back down the grand staircase.
I miss this house that I have been stuck in for a very long time. The table was nice. I will miss the table. The gravity room, not so much.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for you to get out a little bit, Just
I am excited to see the world I've been away from for
a really, 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 really long time.
well, not extraordinarily long. There was a time when I was in an orphanage for a lot of my childhood, and then I ascended to the stars. as one does.
And you've just been living on your own up here ever since?
The heroes came by at one point, and then they just picked no, and I just sat here with... It's been fine. I enjoyed the time to communicate with the fates and the stars.
Oh, kid, we're gonna get you some hobbies. I say this.
Are you okay? You seem withered, as in if life has punched you in the face several times.
That is one way to put it. You know, a lot has happened since I left Startown, and
What a lovely name.
it was a lovely town.
Currently
But,
burnt
you
to the
know.
ground.
But then, you know, it was destroyed by the forces of chaos, and just...
Yes. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
And, you know, my friend died, like, a few hours ago, basically.
I'm sure she'll respawn.
You hear that, Uili? She considers you a friend.
I was just about to make some sort of comment like, well, this is awkward. I'm way to say we are a friend, although I'm back. So like an apology wouldn't be outside the realm of appropriate, given that you said I was gonna die permanently. And now here I am.
Okay, just to clarify, no offense intended. You were not the friend that I was speaking of, but I did want to just say that you, like, willingly walking into death when I thought you were gonna perma-die really messed me up for a good chunk of time there. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
thought
you're
maybe
back.
the little gift would be like to offset it. Like maybe she'll like the trinket and she won't worry about the little Italian boy who ran off to go fight all the monsters. But you seem to be doing fine. Like you're holding it together really well.
Perhaps we should talk about your suicidal tendencies?
It's not suicide. I told you. I thought I was gonna come back, and I did. So like I confirmed, I'm a god. I'm immortal.
That's... So, okay, just be careful of cutscenes. Because if you die in a cutscene, then you're likely to stay dead.
Yeah. We don't have many of those, but I'll be sure to look out for them. You, on the other hand, you're glitchy. I think you might actually die of like an ulcer if you're not careful.
A what?
An ulcer.
An ulcer?
Yeah, my brother has them. He eats a lot of mushrooms, and it's like all he eats.
Oh,
Literally, it's the only thing he'll touch. Just ask Princess Peach.
I see. I dine upon the starlight that glows from heaven itself.
Yeah, that's a vibe. Yeah.
I honestly don't know how you're still alive, quite frankly.
Well,
Yeah, as far as you know,
I've always
Stoops,
been like.
if somebody dies in a rift bleed, like, usually that's it. So the fact that this person is here, something, you don't know what's going on there.
I've always been told that I'm lucky, although living a whole life in your brother's shadow doesn't seem too lucky to me.
Oh, bud.
Yeah, but I mean, here I am, lucky as a plum, or whatever the saying is.
I mean, hey, you're alive, and
Yeah, imagine that. So what's next?
Elfwood!
I didn't expect to be here anymore, so I kind of thought this was it. But you ever feel like maybe you ran into battle in a blaze of glory like an hour too early or something? Like it's just like what I mean by that is it's not your time yet. And now I feel like I peaked, and now here I am all small and sick, sort of blown my bullet, as it were. I've spent my wad on pretty much everything I'm going to accomplish here tonight. I can still jump, though. I'm still a real good jumper. Don't let the short legs fool you, sissy. I'm strong.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I've felt like that a lot.
No, that's a very complex feeling. I'm confused.
Like, just things didn't exactly wind up as you expected, and just, you were kind of, like, you knew what you were willing to sacrifice for, and then it didn't happen, and you're kind of like, oh, I have to live with this knowledge now.
Oh, so you can
Are
relate
you
to this?
okay?
What?
Are you okay?
Absolutely not.
So, but you can relate to the situation. So when was the last time you, died and came back? And had to have an awkward conversation with, complete strangers that you risked your life for.
It was this snake thing. Like, I was all set to, like, give them an opening to get away, to get to the beacon and everything, and I kind of ran into danger, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and it'll be the heroic thing to do, and the right thing to do, and then it kind of all came back and tried to pull my ass out of the fire, but then we all got eaten anyways, and it was a wild time. It was a very long conversation about the fact that I tend to be kind of self-sacrificing, and, like, I shouldn't do that, kind of a thing.
Now, is this before or after you discovered that you're like a whole monster when you transformed? Because that was pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. That was fucking terrifying.
This was before. This was when I was still just a corgi.
You're a complicated person. You have a lot of, like, what's it called? Depth. And, like, character. It feels like me and the Star Child over here, we're just developing, and you're like a whole fleshed out person. Oof. Man.
I say the development doesn't stop, and it just gets more confusing as you go.
Oh, man.
Do you want to see her skateboard?
Yeah, I mean, you want to see the skateboard that I made and then put flowers on as an homage to my dead friend?
Jesus, you got issues. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got the names and, like, telephone numbers of those excellent mushroom therapists that you were talking about, that would be great.
Sure, yeah. Remind me when we're all done here, because, Toots, you need it. You.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't? There's nothing wrong with talking to a mushroom every once in a while. Like, everyone needs a mushroom to unload. I feel like everyone should. You know what? This is a lot of advice that I'm giving you as a stranger. I'll get you the number. They'll help you out.
Thanks. But, we should get on the dragon and maybe do a walk and talk.
I think Chance at, like, some point just, like, muted the sound because she's like, this is confusing.
If you did, then all of you went deaf and mute at once because none of you can do anything about it. As indeed all of Phantasmagoria just goes mute for a while.
Dragon! Dragon! I turned the sound back on.
So rude!
Oh! Well, I'm sorry. I don't know where that rage came from. I'm just recently resurrected. I apologize for getting a little bit. Ooh, I have issues about being squelched and having. Listen, it's a lot to talk about. Let's just get on the dragon. Suffice to say, I've got a brother who does a lot of speaking for me, and I'm not you. It's a trigger thing for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Feel like, Chance, maybe this is a good moment to talk about,
your mastery and control of the entire universe as a whole.
You can pause time, You can turn the sound on and off.
Pause time. I just looked at the quests.
Yeah, no one else can do anything while you're doing that.
What do you mean?
Like, we're frozen. We can't move. We can't talk. We can't do anything.
Oh,
It's-
I'm sorry. Did you want to check the quest instead? That was rude of me. I
We
shouldn't have
can't
asked.
do it.
Oh, it's just right there. You just click it. It's just right.
No, this is something that is like inherent to you that only you and the Lightsworn heroes can do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware.
Yeah, kind of like the mute thing that you just did.
Yes, you were getting annoying. I'm sorry. It felt wrong to skip your dialogue. It was important to you, so I just thought I would turn it down so I didn't have to listen anymore. I didn't have anything to say. There was nothing about stars in it, or fate, or orphans, so I figured I wasn't in this cutscene.
See, there was this one thing. This wasn't a cutscene. This is just us talking.
Yes, that's a cutscene.
No. Oh boy. So
Oh, Lord.
I would like to give you some advice that a friend of mine once gave to a mutual friend, and that maybe you should put some points in empathy when you level up.
It's a dump stat. No one does that.
Yeah, but it's actually like really important in real
No.
life.
I mean, no. I mean, occasionally you'll get like different dialogue options, but they're not that worth it.
Have you ever heard of a quest to go find the social contract? There's like a magical document that teaches you all about these things. We could add it to your quest list to go find the social contract.
I accept your quest.
Excellent. We'll work on that later. So much later.
At this time, Stoobs, you hear a bididip, 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 bididip,
Hold on, there's an incoming call.
and suddenly you're all shifted to be about 3 heads on one side of the screen versus a head on the other side of the screen as you enter the codec. And it's the Wicked Witch. You can see that she's kind of got some sky flying behind her, and she says, "Stoobs, I'm coming to you.
Why?
I figure you needed help after our last chat, so I'm on my way. I will
am
help
talking
you.
to the bad guy.
Who is that?"
Oh, this is Chance. She is one of the Lightsworn heroes, and she has no points in empathy.
Oh, the fortune teller who is sometimes very bad for the party.
Yes,
How
that
interesting they
is
weren't picked up.
Me. It was fine. I had a little.
What did they name
table.
you in the end?
No thing. I gotta pick my own name.
Oh, that's some mercy then.
Well, it was the name that I would be given if it wasn't rewritten, but I was aware enough to not allow someone to input my name, thankfully. Either way, you're a villain. I know that much.
Ex-villain.
What? No, didn't you destroy the orphanage I grew up in?
That was never proven.
So, I mean, like, she's working with us now to kind of, like,
You're
defeat...
working with the witch?
She's trying to bring down the forces of chaos, too, and everything, so...
She destroyed the orphanage I grew up in.
Damn.
Wicked Witch, Meredith, when you say it wasn't proven, is this something that was written into the backstory but didn't actually happen in game? Is it that kind of thing?
Bingo.
Oh god. Okay. You know, when Rosalind was given this conversation, it did not go well.
Who is the small mustachioed one?
Oh, so this is Uili, Romiano.
Romiano. I've heard that name. That is a heroic name. A strong name. A name of legends.
I'm getting real tired of being overlooked here. I'm getting sick to death of it.
No, I'm saying your
And,
name is legendary. That's not an insult, is it?
Test me.
I,
Test me.
I
I
don't-
swear to
I've heard many
It's-
tales of Romiano, the exploits you have accomplished, the people you have saved, the worlds you have stopped, the villains you have fought. Well, the tapestry of
Hello.
your life just goes on and on.
I'm the other one.
The other one?
Say his name again, and I'll hop up and down on you until a coin star falls out of your butt.
Alright, it seems we have some miscommunication happening here. You are not the one I think you are. Is that what you're saying to me?
That's correct.
Okay,
I'm
then.
the other one.
The other one. Oh, you're player 2. I see.
Whoa! Whoa! I'm gonna take a breather outside. Oh, there's gonna be blood. All right.
I'm afraid you can't
What?
leave the codec call while it's happening. It'll be over soon.
Well, keep the slurs to a minimum then. All right.
I'm very bad at making friends. Listen, Stoobs, we need to get on this elemental orb thing. I know you've got a lot to deal with, and apparently you have an entire circus following you around now. But this orb problem, I'm coming to help you.
Okay,
We're going to Elfwood.
What? There's no orbs in Elfwood.
We're delivering a love letter.
it's... if
Listen,
we-
listen, player character. If we don't deliver the orbs, the entire world gets destroyed immediately. If we go to Elfwood, everybody dies. How does that sound to you?
Sounds like. See, I understand that logically that's really bad, right? But the concept of time doesn't exactly.
Listen
make
to
sense.
me, child. If we do not get these orbs, every pixel of your body will be absorbed into the mire, broken down, and thrust into a glitch that destroys whatever hardware we find ourselves on. Do you understand? This cannot wait.
You say that.
No, I know this.
Okay. I don't really enjoy being yelled at the person who destroyed my orphanage, but
You'll get over it.
fine. You can go get the orb. We can go get.
Oh wow, the world didn't break this time. Okay.
First.
Listen, the last time that I tried to get her to do that, like, we got immediately sucked into a battle royale game, and it was not good.
Fascinating. Well, you can tell me all about it when I arrive. I'll be there soon. Witch out.
All right. So yeah, that's the Wicked Witch. She also does not have many points in empathy. However, she's working on it. Oh yeah, I guess we have to wait for a rendezvous with the Wicked Witch.
I mean, you can go outside if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll introduce him to Sky, you know?
Yeah, you can go ahead down the beautiful radiant staircase that was created into the sky from the frost fangs, and you go down. I imagine, chance for you, this is all very stimulating because everything you're looking at is completely new and different from everything you've ever known. Beautiful aurora above, snow, ice everywhere, the Phantasrian landscape. Truly a sight to behold for the first time, at the very least. Stoobs, you're probably sick to death of it by now. And Gwili, I honestly couldn't tell you what you think of everything that's happened to you in a very short amount of time. Oh, you're currently muted.
You're muted.
When you're immortal, everything starts to kind of just bloom.
I think Stoobs is kind of starting to believe that he is immortal in some way.
Never know. Yeah, so you descend down, you see Sky greets you, this massive, beautiful rainbow dragon, and just says, "Welcome back, Creator."
Hey, bud. So have some more people for you to meet. This is Chance, and you met Wheelie before.
Greetings. It is an honor.
Wild.
Honor upon you as well.
Oh. You are both extremely different creatures.
Thank you.
Thank you for acknowledging my uniquity.
You
I myself are only, I think, 2 days old at this point, so it's all very new to me. I am meeting people,
It's
though.
3 days at this point, right?
I can't count.
And yet he can read maps very, very well.
It was my purpose. Where to now, Creator?
So we're just waiting for Meredith, and then I guess we're gonna go find the orb.
As you say. I will keep watch. As you know, I cannot attack anything, but I will keep watch.
Yep. I mean, like, it's like, should we ever be able to change that? Would you like, I don't know, more freedom? Like, is there anything that you'd want added into your capabilities and stuff?
The modicum of freedom that you granted me allowed me to do far more than was ever possible before. I shudder to think what could happen if that was expanded upon, and it excites me, but also terrifies me.
Okay. I mean, just think about it, you know, and let me know. Because I'm sure if we can find Broomtree, we can...
Could I get a hat like that one? And he points towards Gooey.
Yeah, we can work something out.
I truly admire your hat. It looks very good.
Thank you. I've had it since I was a baby.
It must have been very big on you then.
It was enormous. You wouldn't believe it.
I do have a question though. Why did you shrink?
Sometimes, when I take on a little bit too much, and sometimes when it's cold outside, I shrink down a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not that big a deal. I'm just a third my normal size. But when I get my hands on a mushroom, you better believe, kaboom, I'll be right back to normal. Oh, do you know where there are any mushrooms?
Do I know where there are any mushrooms?
Make a clever test. Let's see. Let's see what you know
Oh,
about
boy.
these frozen, frigid northern lands.
Oh my gosh, I'm really glad that like Rosalind left this episode because she could have just been like mushroom flower, mushroom flower.
Oh my god.
There is like there's a unique kind of alchemy ingredient that grows in this land. It's like an icy mushroom kind of thing. It's not quite fitting the description that your friend is saying, but it's a mushroom.
I mean, there are mushrooms, but I don't like. It's not what you're like the kind that you were talking about before.
Like, what do you mean? We can give it a shot. I'm willing to experiment with mushrooms.
So it's like yay big, and it's like blue and glowing, and it's usually in like caves and stuff. Is there a cave around here?
Yeah, it's a cave around here.
Okay.
That sounds right. That sounds like the one. I mean, that could be good. It's not green. And
Okay.
So it could be great. Who knows?
I go to look for a mushroom.
You find a mushroom in there, exactly as you would expect, a little tiny blue mushroom, sort of slight magical glow to it. That's about it.
Okay, I mean, are you sure about this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Alright, you eat it, and as soon as you do, there's this sort of rumbling in your stomach,
oh
Oh,
no.
that's new. That's a new one.
and you
The gas?
feel something there, but nothing's really, you're not growing right now, nothing's really happening. You just feel this quivering potential in your stomach, and you're not sure when it's gonna go.
I feel like a. I'm really sorry, but there's no better way to explain this.
Oh no.
I feel pregnant. There's so much potential in this little bean that I've got in my belly right now.
And you hear from behind you, "What did I walk in on?" And you see the Wicked Witch on her broom just standing there like, "What on earth is happening right now?"
He ate a mushroom.
And it made him pregnant?
The gift of life is a miracle.
I shudder to think what game that mechanic comes from.
This is definitely not something from my universe. This is what happens when you mix universes, I
Also,
guess.
you are far smaller than I was expecting, but that's fine.
Yeah, I look bigger on camera. It adds
Yes.
like, 30, 40 pounds.
And you must be Chance in the flesh. Greetings. I can promise you I'm not going to stab you in the back anytime soon.
I feel compelled to fight you. I will turn away at the moment.
Okay. Just know that if you do, I have this thing where I teleport if I'm reduced down to 0 health, so you literally can't kill me. Just the things to keep in mind. Just letting you know right now.
Where?
Oh. Alright then. So this orb,
Yeah.
what's the holdup? Why are we getting it?
So initially I was just, trying to bring these two up to speed because our scientist friend brought them in. Not necessarily with their consent.
She makes questionable choices sometimes.
Yeah, she may be technically on the side of good, but her ethics as far as science is concerned is definitely not. It's definitely subpar. Anyways, so I was trying to bring him up to speed, and we got to the sticking point with, going to Elfwood versus going to the Frozen Temple, and then the world broke and we got sucked into another game. And then a whole bunch of things happened. Huili died. Then he came back.
You feel yourself pushed forward again by the skip button.
That is very rude.
That's fascinating.
So she can also freeze time.
I noticed some peculiarities. I assumed it was the Maya.
No, it was her. If you notice that you suddenly could not speak or hear anything, that was also her.
You killed my orphanage. You don't glare at me.
That was printed in an extraction book. They never lived in the first place. Get over it.
I would really encourage you to not just go for it like that.
Oh, yes.
Just because they weren't living to you
Here we go.
doesn't mean that their lives weren't valuable.
Can we hit her skip button? Is that possible?
No, it's a one-way thing.
Wonderful.
So, Chance, I realize that you're not exactly that far along on the Awakened pathway here, but we're gonna have to have this talk at some point. So the things from your backstory that things that did not, occur like within the first cutscene of the game technically did not happen within this universe.
I mean, there are the ruins of the orphanage, though. That's part of, my character quest. You can find them.
Yeah, so the thing is that technically speaking, within how they built the game, it was built as a ruin.
Why would they build a ruined orphanage? It
Because
makes more
it's-
sense that someone
We are
destroyed
wasting our time on this one. Can we please find the orb before everything disintegrates?
Yeah, we can do a walk and talk. So yeah,
What's the next step, Stoobs? What do we need to do?
Okay, so we have the location of the orb. The problem is that the last time that we were there, the whole quest line for this orb is that it gets dropped by this giant, and the giant is already dead. I don't know how to trigger the quest. Yeah.
So some dark necromancy to respawn this terrifying creature is what we need.
I mean, yeah.
Well, let's see if my magic's up to task.
I mean, I could try to alter the code, but the last time that I did that, I blue screened for an entire week, and that was not good.
I could see if there's an earlier save.
That would delete us out of existence.
You told me earlier we hadn't come across any save points.
We haven't. There aren't any right now, but people save, and I can see the save log.
I don't like you. You're very rude. You're rude and deceitful, and I don't wish to know you.
Well, while there's no save points, I have to go to a save point to resave, but I can see the save log.
So,
Which one of
like,
the
You can
things?
you can see the save log, but you can't access any of the saves.
Yes, the game was not designed well. It's not my fault.
That's the best excuse for anything in this universe.
Yeah.
Forgive me for asking a question like this. It might be the pregnant brain, but why would you then access the save logs if you can't access the saves? To
Well,
tell us what we can't do? To tell us what
my
we missed?
point
and how
is,
fucked
if we
are?
find a save, I can go into the save logs and then move us back into the past, and then we can go and the thing will be back up.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna turn to the witch. If she does that, what happens to everything that happened within the mire?
Everything within the mire. When a save is loaded, goodness, didn't think we'd get to this point. I assume utter obliteration, reinitialization on top of destruction, creating an endless loop of death and pain and torment, and crashing.
So there's no then on the save log.
I would honestly delete them all right now. And they're all gone.
I mean, yeah, the thing is that anything that was saved would be prior to the mire, and would be before anyone was awakened. And we're in the middle of a hard crash right now. So yeah, if we loaded a save file, it would be very, very bad.
Indeed. Let's go see this Titan of ours and see if there's something we can do about it.
Agreed. Also, maybe if we can find a red cap mushroom.
Oh, what's that?
A mushroom that's red.
This is not the time for crafting cooking recipes.
No, if we get that, then he'll be returned to his original 6-foot height, and he won't look like...
Oh, you're not meant to be this small.
No, I'm supposed to be much larger, and I think you knew that.
I assumed, and then I saw you and assumed otherwise.
I
Right,
could ask the
right.
stars if they would bless you with your desire.
What's the percentage rate? Like, what's the ratio of that happening versus, say, the entire planet's gravity reversing, or like a meteor strike?
Arius?
I mean, how bad do you want to be tall again?
I mean, I don't mind. I could stay this way for a bit, but I mean, I did just say I'm immortal, so like, fucking do it, you know? What's
The-
the risk?
The witch slowly turns to the other two and just says, I kind of think he's adorable. I want to sort of just pick him up and carry him with me. Am I alone in this?
Maybe this is because I knew him before, but not really. I'm more just
Interesting.
concerned with his ability to keep up with us. Do you want the skateboard, by the way?
That would be. Oh, actually, do you have like a helmet? Because, like I said, I'm pregnant. I don't want to damage the.
I
You've
don't
got
have a
boob
helmet.
armor. You could just pop a cup on his head. Clang.
At this
Actually,
size,
dude-
just put like a tit plate right on my head.
Yep.
Um, do I still have the pan? Do I still have the
No, you
frying
don't.
pan? Damn it.
It's gone.
I handed the skateboard and I'm like, I have the boob armor. Do you want the boob armor?
Yeah, sure, that'll be fine. I unlatched, strap it on.
Bunk. Your head's now protected. A little safer.
No, I'm just like skating along.
In snow, just. But of course, it's a video game, so it doesn't care. It keeps skating right through, no problem.
It's really hard to stop. I keep sliding when I hit like, the other direction, and I like slide. It continues to drift almost.
Damn ice levels. All right, so the lot of you continue on your way to the Glacier Temple.
Wait! I turned to the witch. I
So
can't
close.
believe I forgot this. A lot just happened. I hold up the thing that I got. It'll bring something back to life.
She kind of like puts her broom on the ground and says, "You did not think to mention that earlier."
God! A lot of things have happened within the last
Yes,
48
alright,
hours.
I know, yes. Well, if we want to bring back an Ice Titan, that will certainly work better than my necromancy magic.
What are you laughing at?
No, I'm sorry.
That was actually me laughing.
Okay, it sounded like a very
His belly
laugh.
tickles.
It's really it's hard sometimes when I'm stuck in a voice to
Yeah.
get
Oh, I
out of it.
feel that.
All right. Yeah, the witch is like, any other game-breaking objects, revelations we should be appraise each other of before we go, or are we all a big happy family?
I can alter the source code.
Yes, that's troubling. Well, we'll see what happens with that later. Let's go. And you go into the Glacier Temple. This place is a big, massive, very, very stereotypical ice temple that you'll find in a fantasy game. Big torches on the walls that have these blue flames glowing in them, lighting up the place. You notice the area is completely devoid of anything. This place has absolutely been cleared out by the Lightsworn heroes. Every chest opened and looted, every monster defeated. There are some weird puzzle components here and there, like some red buttons and blue buttons that seem to serve some kind of purpose. You have no idea what right now because they've already had their puzzles solved, so you kind of just walk right by all of that. And soon you come across a portcullis that leads to a room that you are familiar with, Stoobs. This is the area where you entered Survival Horrorland first time around, though likely that Riftbleed is now closed. But the body of the Ice Titan, you needed to destroy it to get into the hole that you entered.
Oh crap, that's right.
So you enter this room, big, like, dramatic boss fight ending room in a dungeon in this kind of icy place. The the decorations that Stacy the Shim made are still there, so there's a very nice vanity there. There's some weird out-of-place wallpaper
Isn't
on
there
the wall.
a toilet as well?
There's probably a toilet there as well, in case any of you have meters that are going up at the moment. But yeah, there's no real physical ice titan for you to deal with. You're gonna have to dig in and find some remnant of its geometry in this room.
Is this like one of those boss fights where you walk in and it like gives you an option to fight it again, or like no?
No, it isn't, unfortunately.
Okay.
Boom.
Right? What'd you say?
Oh, nothing. I was remarking on what an intense bummer this whole thing is.
Oh. Okay, so when we destroyed the ice giant
Yes.
corpse,
Uh-huh.
how much of it did we push down into the hole?
None, you kind of just hit it and it went psh, 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 and just, you know,
Okay.
disappeared.
So I guess I start looking for any pixelated remains.
Okay.
Anything at all.
You begin a pixel hunt. Does anybody else do that? Help out? Anything else anybody else is doing at this time?
Sure, I waddle around. I'll help.
Okay, cool. Chance, you want to do anything?
Dogs are barking.
That's fair. All right. You're busy kind of like looking at the reviewing your various quests. And I imagine you're doing like a start thing to not bother people, but just making everyone go trying to do things. So yeah, Uili and Stoobs, go ahead and make careful rolls to see if either of you can find anything.
Oh boy.
And the witch will of course help as well, so you can get a +2 to these.
Jesus.
A -6.
And a -2.
I don't know how this is possible. I just don't know what that means. Do you know what?
-6?
Do you know what?
I'm-
I think you have, you've gone so bad that you've stumbled your way to victory. It is going to cost you severely. So here's what happens. Stoobs, you're kind of like sniffing around, looking as desperately as you can for any kind of like press X to loot a command that comes up for any kind of geometry that remains, any collider that remains of this creature. You're looking around and you just can't find anything. You're going to have to go like a lawnmower up and down until you find something potentially. Meanwhile, Uili,
Oh, no.
you are sort of looking for something that you potentially use. And you sort of like lower your face to the ground, trying to find something. And then the sort of burbling in your stomach gets a little bit stronger and louder. And you receive the status effect Fatal Poison. And you see your hit points, which you apparently have in this world, your health bar just slowly going lowering and lowering and lowering. However, in that exact moment, you also grow to be about 3 stories tall.
It's a max mushroom. How awesome!
And you are slowly dying from its poisonous effect.
The baby's kicking.
From this massive expansion, the Wicked Witch looks to you both and says, "Well, listen, we've got a Titan-like thing here. Maybe that's enough to sort of, trigger the whole..."
No, we gotta try to save him, don't we?
Yes, of course we do. I can call upon the stars, and perhaps they'll answer.
See, the thing is, he is dying anyway, so it was really just a matter of ending his pain quickly or slowly.
Ooh, I'm gonna clog a pipe.
You can't just watch someone in suffering and leave and just kill them. That's terrible. What's wrong with you?
Killing is the merciful way, dear.
No, it's not. It's an ending without any chance of anything else.
It's just the health plummeting.
So either draw a freaking card or I'm gonna
Okay, I'll draw. Hold
Oh
on.
boy,
I have to look outside. I need to see the stars.
I've got major bubble gut. Help!
Hold on, I'm trying.
I need an
I-
antacid.
Okay, digital.
I pull out the gun.
The laser
Wait,
rifle
what do you mean?
appears.
What is that? Okay, I got the hero fent. You might be feeling incredibly restricted in your life and questioning whether the decisions that you have made were made with your true self in mind, or rather what others expect of you.
Oh, terror
You are
is real.
Embarking on the road less taken, free yourself and diverge from the norms which society expects of you and pursue a new approach.
What are the tags we're working with? What are the tags of
Sure,
this thing?
sure.
Trump cards, points on life's journey.
Wow, that's not helpful. Okay.
So, what was the last bit?
I think that while you're dying, I pursue you a new life choice. I give you a new job.
What was the last half of that again? Just for clarity.
Okay, I'll read it again. You might be feeling incredibly restricted in your life and questioning whether the decision that have been made were made with your true self in mind, or
Yeah.
rather what others expect of you. You are considering embarking on the road less taken. Free yourself and diverge from the norms which society expects of you, and pursue a new approach in life.
Sure, that's what I wanted to know. I'm going to dig out a huge hole in the ground.
Okay.
Well, there's not really a delicate way to do this, but
He'll unbutton the latch on his overalls. Please don't look at me!
The Wicked Witch turns around.
Yep.
All manner of horror sounds erupt from me as I scream, I butt scream into the snow.
Turn to I turn to Chance and I'm just like, if there's a time to use the mute
oh,
function, mute.
oh my word! I'm a poop-breathing dragon.
It is the vilest thing that has ever happened upon these fantasy shores. Without. Oh goodness. Okay, so that happens. That's great. So, video game logic-wise, I don't think you got rid of your status effect. But maybe, I don't know. Why don't you go ahead and roll forceful, and let's see what happens. This is just...
One.
Okay, that's not enough.
It's
Alright.
interesting because I went number 2. So
So here's what happens. The results that are left within the hole you dug out, they very quickly freeze over and become this icy remnant, and immediately you see a pair of eyes and a very angry, spiky mouth appear upon these icy remnants, and a hand shoots out and raises from the ground. And you have birthed an ice titan in your own way. And
He's beautiful.
And this is what needs to be defeated to drop an orb of darkness. Sorry, an ice orb.
Just like to say, from the bottom of my heart, what the fuck?
Ditto. We've entered Conker's Bad Fur Day, which I wasn't expecting, but you know, another video game reference to knock off the list there.
I'm okay with this new approach of life. Just wanna put that
Break
out there.
free from the constraints of society.
Immediately, this, I'm just gonna call it a snow golem. And nothing else. This snow golem, snow titan, recently birthed, looks to you, Guili, and just kind of like looks at you with like shining eyes, as if about to say "Papa," and kind of just like looking at you a little bit, and then it goes, and just immediately starts throttling you, and
Oh,
you all
God.
see this massive kaiju battle happening above you, just. What defense are you using right now?
I'm like running away from it, kind of like trying to pull my pants back up, and just like boom, 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 boom,
Love it.
stomping away from it. Oh my god, I hate myself for having this thought, but I'm gonna run with it.
Oh.
If the status effect has not gone away,
Yes.
then I'm going to like, I mean, I feel like it's not done yet, and so I'm going to like hot fire hydrant at him.
God. Oh, good, sweet, merciful,
Just,
pixelated gods that
like,
exist.
a steam spray at him to try to like melt some of the ice with more warm,
Okay. Well, right.
forceful, I guess.
yeah,
would that
no,
be?
yeah, that works. That works.
That's a 5. Good lord.
The thing gets a 3, and you successfully unleash a stream that deals fire damage against this creature. And it's like, "Grr," and of course, fire damage is something it's weak to as well, so it's going to take extra damage from that.
Oh God!
What's everybody else doing right now?
I mean,
The Wicked Witch, just looks at you both and goes, "Nope," and just walks straight out of this room.
I think she has the right idea.
No, don't follow me. I'm a villain. And then she walks out again.
Damn, you got me. I'm
Oh.
coded for good.
I feel like we need to help, so I turn around and, like, with my eyes kind of squinted shut, I fire the laser rifle.
How did we get here? I mean, I know how we got here. I'm just wondering how it happened. Okay, yes. Go ahead and roll forceful to blast this thing with laser fire. Pew, pew. As the room fills up with the reflected light of your red laser beams.
Okay, that's 3.
This thing gets a 6. It seems immune to lasers for reasons I can't quite comprehend.
Okay.
I think some of that star potion is still swirling around in it, and it's making it immune to light-based attacks.
It's refracting light. It's a crystallized ice
Yeah.
thing. So
Okay, then I would like to take cover.
Sounds good. Chance, anything you would like to contribute to this this occasion?
This scene. This
Yeah.
Chance would have normally tried to find out the best way to handle this and like consider every angle, but she doesn't want to look at any of it, like at all. So I think I'm gonna try to do magic once more and maybe blind myself.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Wonder Woman in the Coliseum.
So you
Yeah.
draw forth a card. What does it say?
I draw a card. If Stoops, do you want to be blind too? Cause like I'm just saying.
You know, I don't know what's gonna happen with the card that you pull, so I'm gonna say no.
Hold on, I have to rate the last one, which is getting a negative. Horrible.
Oh goodness.
Fear, anger, frustration, anxiety.
Those are the tags you just drew?
Those are the tags I have to rate from my last reading. You apparently
Okay.
have to read every single one before they let you, and I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's
weird.
Okay, digital, Let's find out if I can.
Cannot wait to see what new chaos this is about to introduce.
The Three of Cups. At times, having too many relationships and acquaintances can be harmful for your self-development.
So in other words, you're doubting the choices you have made up to this point, the allies you have.
Yep,
Boy.
instead of a support network, is your group causing you to act in a way where you are no longer independent? Or
Oh.
conservatively, have you been isolated without a support group?
Wow. Terror is real. Goodness.
Wow. That's
So
power.
I think that would work for isolating myself by like.
Yeah, you're blind
blinding-
now. You're completely just. You're witnessing none of this that's happening before you. And when that happens, there's like this massive rumble through the earth and these streaks of red lightning, and suddenly a perfect circular portal cracks open. And you all see this light coming from behind it and a silhouetted figure. And they step forward, and you recognize somebody very familiar. And they say something wonderful in a beautiful sing-song voice. They say, "It's a me, Robiano. I'm here to find
no.
my brother." And he looks up at this scene and goes, "Oh no, what happened?"
Oh wait, he's supersized. I've been using the wrong voice.
Honestly, I thought it was really funny that you were still using the small voice.
Just that giant. Oh no! No! No, you arrive!
Brother,
at
I
the
came to rescue
weakest
you.
time.
I came to save you. I'm so good at saving people.
This is when you decide to show up? When I'm at my lowest? You bastard! And can I like jump on Mario and just start trying to like choke him out? Like, can I?
I mean, you're so much bigger than him. You would kill him if you tried to do that. If you know, but you could just pick him up if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him at the
At the monster. Roll forceful. Roll forceful, and your brother's gonna give you a +2 to this from brotherly bond aspect that he's invoking for you.
3.
God.
Are there any bonuses from being the size of a tower?
I
right
feel
now?
like there should be. So we'll double your final thing. So we'll say it's a 6. Versus a 3. Okay, you grab your tiny brother, your heroic savior brother, pluck him up, and just slam him into this horrific beast that you have created. And he gets splattered into this thing, and he goes, "Oh, mamma mia!" As he is just lodged into this thing, and you can all tell that the Titan's health is critical at this point. Who does what to finish this thing?
to do with this situation, Thomas?
Yeah, I know how you feel.
I'll take a shot at it with the gun. Why not?
Phew. All right, one
Just
more.
a blind, like, okay.
One more forceful roll, and let's end this.
This could fail terribly.
Please don't fail. Oh, that's.
It's a -1.
Refracts again, does nothing. Anybody else? Anyone else got anything? You know, this thing hasn't attacked anybody in a
I
while.
guess-
It's gonna
I
attack
guess
you
I'll-
all at once. So you only need to defend yourself against a 6 as a massive fist.
Oh my
Blam!
god.
Sends a
Can I-
shockwave.
Wait, can I do my ult stars in your eye where I foresee that's about to happen?
Yes, absolutely, and you
Okay,
can do something
so-
before it happens. So you see a massive shockwave is about to hit all your friends. So what do you do?
Yes, I will attempt to invoke a card to
Oh, God.
my goal here
Oh,
is to
no.
create a meteor that like will come
Okay.
and absorb the hit first, but
Yeah. Finish it off before it can do its attack.
finish
Sounds
it
great.
off. But we will have to.
So let's see what kind of meteor this creates. Is it going to be a
King
find
of
out.
Swords. in
a sad
reverse.
one? Is it going to be?
Find
If
out.
this goes horrible, I could also use my ult as well.
Ace of Wands. When the energy and passion of the
Uh-oh.
Ace of Wands is reversed, that doesn't sound good. It could likely mean that you're starting to lose your motivation and willpower.
Wait. Do you have... So this is a reversed card?
Yes.
Or... Oh, you should have led with
No.
Yes,
that.
it's a reversed one. Lack of energy, lack of passion, boredom. The daily grind has weakened your inspiration to create what you have used
Okay.
to have so much excitement for. All of this situation has demotivated me to the point where I don't do anything, I guess.
Okay.
My ult. I'll use reverse card.
All right. This thing slams with incredible power. Instead of a shockwave bursting out, a shockwave bursts in, which is so merciful because it means that this thing it implodes, which means there is no splatter, there is no mess.
Good.
There is simply a pixely implosion as this thing disappears, leaving an Italian plumber that just falls from the sky and lands onto the ground. At this point, you see a ice orb, pink, 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 drop onto the ground, and at this point, very sadly, Guili, you have about a minute to live, unless something happens
Oh no.
very quickly. And your brother is just like, brother, come with me. I can save your life. We can go back to the Fungal Kingdom.
I hate you.
Oh, brother, you always were the jokester. You were funny when I was always brave and powerful.
And I'll, like, just run and, like, body slam on top of the whole kit and caboodle, like the giant Romiano, all of it.
Okay, you splat onto Robiano. He immediately just gets killed in that moment. And you land on the portal that he created as well, and a part of you just starts getting sucked into it. And you kind of like start returning back down to your normal size as you and a very flattened version of your brother start to be sucked back to the home world. Any parting words or things you do before you disappear from Phantasia potentially forever?
Remember me for the time that I gave you that mushroom and not the time that I shitted on the snow.
And the rift bleed disappears, and you're left in this room. Fortunately, there's no concept of mess in Phantasia, so it's just an ice orb remaining in this now very empty chamber.
So my last two cards were I shouldn't be friends with people, and I feel demotivated.
Yeah,
So,
they sure were.
Oh boy.
just throwing that out there.
I'm just gonna pat Chance on the back, just like you did a good job. This was just a rough time.
Is it over? Can I come back in?
It's over.
Okay.
It's over. I don't know about if I should be part of this party. I don't know.
I mean, if you want to leave, you can.
Just saying that was horrifying. I feel as if every star has turned our back on us, and we are absorbed in the dark light of strictly the moon, and shadows are feasting upon our bodies as we speak.
Hey, play a character. That's why we need to stop the Maya, because things are terrible right now, and if we don't stop it, nobody will.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the baseline feeling that we've all been dealing with recently.
Right. Woo, go team.
I mean, so, you know, if you do really want to leave, you can.
No, no, it's fine. The world needs saving. I should save it. That's completely fine. That's fine. It's just, that's fine. Everything's fine. This is great. This is a great situation. This is fine.
Are you sure? I feel like somebody who cares about stars that much might,
The stars have turned their back on us completely. We are in the dark lands. There is no light.
Well, on that cheery message.
You know, you never did give me the phone numbers for those mushroom therapists, but you know, maybe we can just find someone that we can both talk to, you know? That might be good. You know, if you guys wanna go, like, I don't know, I could really just use a beer. And maybe
we
something...
can get one in Elfwood, and then I can complete the quest and do something nice.
Yeah, we do have to wait until the other orb reappears.
I suppose we have no other choice.
Alright, I pick up the orb.
Bloop. Gets put in your orb inventory, only one remains.
Let's go have a beer in Elfwood.
Yay.
And we cut to a joyous elven tavern. Elves bringing the drinks by the platterful to your table. I think the three of you downing them very quickly one after the other after the experience you just had. The elves, of course, welcome you back as a hero, Stoobs, for all the work you've done. There's also elves there who are just absolutely stunned to find the great hero Chances here as well, and the Oracle meets you herself, thrilled to meet somebody whose fate is intertwined with destiny so much. And she's very thrilled to see you and happy to see you, and it's a much nicer, wonderful, brighter environment than the one you immediately just left.
Unfortunately, Chance is very focused on I have a quest, so she walks past
Yes.
the Oracle to like find
The Oracle's
the
just like,
letter.
just blinks for a second and goes, "It's okay, I saw that coming." And you walk, and you go up and you see somebody just kind of like, an elf just standing there, just kind of like, just,
The stars have blessed you tonight.
what? What is this?
It is from your fated lover.
Unbelievable. I thought they would never say yes and that we would have to stay separated forever, but you gave us hope. You gave us love and life. Oh, thank you, great hero. Thank you. Here, have this reward. I insist. And immediately you get the reward of some jerky and 20 XP.
This is a good day.
It's elf jerky.
It's elf jerky.
Not.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
wait, hold on.
aren't
Hold on.
Aren't they vegetarian or something?
Yeah,
Yes,
so is it like
as in-
faux jerky?
As in, it is like vegan jerky. It is not the meat of elves turned into jerky. You gotta really clarify there.
I kind of okay. So it's not. That would be kind of
Definitely in the
disturbing.
patch notes of Phantasm, it will be please rename elf jerky. People are misconstruing what it is.
It's fine. It shows me in like the item description, like when I pick it up.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
All right.
That's great. Only 17 more quests to go.
Also, in this tavern in Elfwood, Stoobs, you recognize a familiar presence and see a familiar face. The face of Broomtree is there, and he looks at you and he says, "I understand things haven't been going well for you recently.
You'd say that again.
Next drink's on me." Also,
Thanks.
you're kind of laden with XP and various other things there if you ever need me to help you out.
Yeah, it might be a good time for that.
If you need a pick-me-up, I do have a little something for you I like to call a prestige class. And he holds out this intangible power-up object towards you. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the Blightlands, we see
Oh,
standing
no.
before a dark and foul mirror. Rosalind, you are standing here, not quite tapping into the same abilities that you wouldn't necessarily get from Broomtree, but you see an opportunity to redefine yourself, to recreate yourself, to change your aesthetic with the various things available to you in these Blightlands. What kind of things are you doing?
Well, I need to redecorate my castle because I made a hole in it. So, that's pretty high on the list, is finding someone who like builds stone.
Right, but like
And-
appearance-wise, what are you going,
Oh,
like
appearance-wise,
personal?
personal appearance. Rosalind's actually like she very much realizes the fact that looking like the heroes and having the color scheme of pink is very useful because you can just like go up to people and get information and they trust you a lot more. So she's not willing to lose that aspect. So she's definitely like she's definitely bigger, like she's normal size now, but she definitely has like a full on like princess gown that's very poofy and very sparkly and is like filled with roses on the bottom. And keeps the little bloodstone tiara that was given for her. And she genuinely is like going for the fact that, hey, no one else here looks like nice at all. So if I do this, I have a big advantage.
I love it. Meanwhile, parallel to this, Stoobs, what kind of sort of appearance changes are happening?
Well, I think she's definitely going more for like armor and stuff because we're getting more intense. She is more in this fight alone. Like, she doesn't have her very close friends with her. So I think that she is kind of going for more like a Lone Ranger look. And I think that is kind of accentuated by the fact that she has a rifle now. So I think there's definitely more of like a weird fusion between like classic fantasy, swords and sorcery, science fiction, and westerns happening right now.
Damn, that sounds awesome.
Really cool.
That's great.
Really cool.
Yeah, so while these two friends, or once friends, now separated by circumstance, death, and an extremely long distance, begin to reforge themselves in the lands of Phantasria, we slowly back away further and further and further until, parting this for this session tonight, we find ourselves in the Fungal Kingdom, where both sorry, I've immediately forgotten the name because it's too funny. Romiano and, and Uili have respawned, both tiny little guys, at the beginning of World 1, Level 1. And he's like, a brother! Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I hate you so much.
And with that, we are going to end today's episode of Awakened Pixels. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Sorry about the couple of technical hiccups here and there. Sorry about the wild turns the story took here and there, but that's how TTRPGs goes. Thank you so much to my players. Thank you so much to our wonderful guest, Bright Dystopia. Really appreciate you joining us and bringing your little angry Italian plumber to us. That was truly
Oh my
wonderful.
Oh my
gosh.
god, that was so good. That was
Yes.
such a fun
Yeah.
character. You killed it.
So,
I love this. Thank you so much for having me.
yes, of course. Anything people would like to plug or say or do before we leave this evening?
I'm here on Chromatic Chimera on Fridays for Bloody Portrait, where I play Ludovico, the Benjamin Buttoning devil worshipper.
Whoa, that sounds cool.
That is a cool thing. And then next Monday, I will be in the Jasper's Game Day Charity Among Us stream. So, you know, if you like this, there's more of it there.
Fantastic. Anybody else?
Well, last, so if Nevi has something.
Okay. I
yeah.
every other Wednesday am in the Madame Curios, where I play the Red Sword, who is a sword that was turned into a human. And is not enjoying being a human because bodies are weird.
Nice.
Well, it's been a week, guys. Lots of things have happened. I know that a lot of people are tired and just kind of want a break. But I guess this is my reminder that there's still a lot of things happening. You know, the election is over, but your voice still matters. So stay involved in your local communities, support each other, look for opportunities to help your community organizations and institutions, because in times like this, that is what is really keeping us all functioning and all together. So yeah, support your local libraries, support the arts, stay safe. Thank you to everyone who voted by mail or in person. Just keep
Shout out to
going.
you.
Keep the fire burning. Keep going.
Absolutely. All right. Our music was by Roll Music from the album The Black Dot, from Visager from the album Song from Enemy World and Songs from Enemy World 2, and Eric Skiff from the album Resistor Anthems, that can all be found on freemusicarchive.org under the license CCBY. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will be back next week with a new guest and a new episode of Awakened Pixels. Who can say what will happen, because certainly not any of us. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.